aba abetua ewo dwumadie no ase ho a me pa cho betumi afa number ne bio number no eye 0244 47 4093 obaden chiro number ne to ho eda ne so na oba dwumadie ase a ebia hunu kwan kra betumi afre na yaboa o number no eye 0244 47 4093 obaden chiro 0244 47 4093 obaden chiro ehu behia pa 0244 47 4093 yewie nso a Ansah ye be kire baby a woni a eba program yi ebenya raw materials ni nyina bi ato containers ahodo gallons ahodo kwani e faso register juma aban mu marketing kwani e faso branded products ye be kire ni nyina ye sign wo videos a ya twa to pen drive so a oba program ya sina op pen drive ni bia opa obetimi ato bi 100 cedis ukofia no ahwe o TV so o phone so o laptop so na kai kwani a ye faso kire enyuma nyina abra meje mu amopani ato so yi bobodi afa number ne bia hu behia pa want bi asia frɛ na ye mo date no kai say a Saturday 11th October venue a National Theatre of Ghana me patch of number no abra meje mu number ne 0244 47 4093 bomodin tro 0244 47 4093 me body chat okra bibi chiro so afre 0244 47 4093 over me das
FM 100.5 Nana kwabena Bobie Ansah berema be meti gara furuku be puntimpuna si sokode no wakachira katabin say you wati unkensen kwabena keja gu mamne enko Nana kwabena Bobie Ansah berema be meti gara furuku be puntimpuna si sokode no wakachira katabin say you wati unkensen kwabena keja gu mamne enko
Citizen TV Ghana. Mediane Nana Kwabena Bobie Ansah, the old soldier, the old lion, the last man standing, Commander Buhama. Bang bang, 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 bang bang. All right, so that's it. One more journey on Facebook. Jamila 2, Ibrahim Musa, Dixon Dagadu. Bam bam, bam bam. They come from far, and we know how to do it. Don't mind me, eh? Yeah, the money I say now. So office na afena do a video to Accra FM, powered by Class Media Group, CMG. Mamoti and Kawatakra de Lembele. And the money I say now. And I say come here bring FM in Elmina affiliate stations on our WhatsApp platform and the Facebook page and other platforms. Amoti and Kenyano. Yeah, the money I say Gentura ya baby is here with me. Haruna Mola is here with me. Thank you, Haruna. Michael. So I join here. I see David Samako and William Azilaku. Is here. Latele lai. Yeah, the money I say and every. Yanemo baba be ejuma yanemo baba di nkomo Ghana be kasa and nkomo be brewe wa ye be di but be interesting be wa me person me ne wo share we maybe just so that
Lama kaba bimbo la kwatha maqitha taqeqeshwe ezingqondweni amado
Galamsey, and I think the other time na Paibo our holy site, Galamsey site, right? Okay, so let's watch the video. It's just nice to always remind ourselves of some previous incidents. Really, Kaya Hoka Krebi. Arafo Ma is here with us on our Facebook page. Abdul Basit Muhammad, thank you. Doji Emmanuel Kweku. Berima Aqua is here. Berima Yadasibe Kennedy Zito, Ewo Tripoli in Libya. Share and area Yanfana Sema more Germany so mo follow ye and area the Masepa say omo follow ye page and area. My cousin will say na brabono for somebody to buy a bundle na or say for 4 hours or the be follow page. I mean it's a big deal and you need to appreciate such people. And that form, sir, and you better. Question says Bobie, it's always good to hear you talk. God bless you, brother. God bless you back. All right, so young Kosher, and I know a Christian council, right? Christian council. And I know Christian council Kobom Paye or Galamsey site. And I don't know. Say Nyamia to choir. But busy. We no moment to me anko. And no more the statement. Maybe 1 hour. Yeah, Jim Rekakra na you're breaking it down. So we have one-on-one with Penny Mr. Musa Dankwa, who is the Executive Director, Global Info Analytics, the political tracks and trends. No bika you see wa also Dr. Kakrama emu ayeshe. So I'm share video way first. I'm interested in this video. I'm very, very interested. Say a bit me ashare way. I'm very interested. Watch this video. Christian Council so amo ko bompaye ewo Galamsey site. Yengo go tie o. Okay, I'm very, very interested. Say a bit me ashare way. I'm very interested. Watch this video. Christian Council so amo ko bompaye ewo Yengo go tie o. Okay, I'm very, very interested. Yeah, now may try say maybe we can get you the voice, but we said last year, right? Yeah, 2022. Okay, 2022. Okay, 2022. Na papa. Sir, papa onyina eka ho. Papa onyina apostle onyina nom ene asofo mpanimfo. Later so me say papa Frempong. Reverend Frempong Manson also almost call bompa ni bi. But say na me ka no this week ankasa ne a very busy week. Omo niema bebre to omo ntimi anko site anko bompa yeah network no stable, but technical team they are working on it. Papa no mpaya omo boy so na baby a me pese remind e ho keke Aziz Abdul Manchester UK that's bebre. So this is just a reminder of what we witnessed in 2022 under the MPP administration. But this time no papa no my busy papa and near adwuma bebre wo ho mo ko solve issues wo ha any same bebre. So right now say you know number to almost John Mahama. The other time now they were just pleading saying nyame emman Ansah so na Galamsey no emra from, but this time around almost John Mahama said John Mahama nhwe na ekwaye bia obefa so na Galamsey no wasi ano no na wasi ano. Okay, so we mene yura Musa Dankwa ewo fiase chairman akwaba boko de
nyamina dumu
yehu ache yete yehu nka ache so bibi adaye
alhamdulillah boko
ami the last time you didn't come, I think was about on phone on Akwatia issue, Akwatia by elections. Everyone you need in Komobio, but mami mbusa wa dewe because Ghana for na concern on the Galamsey issue. Moi try some mobile unu team. Moi try some mobile hu adwuma. Ghana for feeling about the Galamsey fight. It is saying.
Look, the last time anything on Galamsey, it was around April, if I remember.
This year.
This year, April. And at the time, now the sentiments were, I believe, were different. Ibisa almost has Galamsey gotten worse, and I say the same. And I say, I don't know. Majority of among them didn't say it didn't, or it hasn't gotten worse at the time.
Oh, okay.
At the time.
Okay.
And you sign another one bloom to see say perception as and I say sanity. That one I can't tell. The first one it was around April. And most people didn't see say it had gotten worse.
in April this year.
Yes.
Now man for you say I West cry.
I think there was sentiment.
I see.
By a coin, that wasn't the case.
So then this mishaps about Mujumedimu. When you talk to the people, this is what they are saying. When you go to the grounds, and Yama is different. Why?
Look, you're not gonna focus the whole country. You're not gonna be able to get them say. So a month for a dream different from wherever they are. Galamsey. Oshe omo galamsey how pa omo TBB to galamsey. Yes.
Omo how omo pa
no. Omo T areas are into galamsey.
Ena omo aseng how omo no.
Omo to galamsey.
Why?
Omunya direct economic benefit from the mining activities. So businesses, jobs, or they call employment in the fields. You know, feel say direct beneficiaries of what is going on. But the environmental consequences, is felt outside where they live.
I see.
What say, if you are insurance, say yeah.
Pacho.
Insurance etnia kwa abidushama. But if you know one neighbor.
Okay.
Inti wa mutishama no shama ya ntugala msi ho.
I see.
But if you know how it's whatever. So the effects more different places. And it affect water bodies. Water stability levels go higher. When water bill because through. So I know your sentiments are for my reflecting overall.
But mama musa wo. Ye ndi nkomo general. Inti omote Galamsey communities no. Bibia strike you almost say whatever economic benefit on Benyano ain't mean cure yarea ebeba almost for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Omunim.
Have they omunim?
They know,
yes. They know.
Very interesting.
Just that almost feel say I don't know who actually
10 years to my mini been there.
Exactly. So and also kahona that kind of less
but recently I'm out for raising concerns about traditional leaders. Ahimfo say ahimfo no na high in this ahimfo no mwa na yenko. Do you agree with that?
Look, untimin fighting Galamsey with that ahimfo. I mean, land no. No say asasi asmasidia. Ejabu to asasidi. We asasidi. See two Galamsey asasi kwa e two Galamsey no also. So they are accomplices.
Really? But almost on a boundary.
Say I say I'm not going to
okay, typical rules about that for Besu. But then, which means we have a whole lot on our hands to fight.
Now we have to get very, very serious, very, very brutal, and maybe we must make some people some sacrificial lamb.
You know, now, because Unim Chief. Now, somewhere last year or last 2 years, or hinibi, or 2 4 pam or hinibi.
Yes.
Ayana almost were involved in Galamsey, or 2 4 no crama BNI 4 year. Tinami Busam say, or 2 4 in a traditional job away. Into a binding to me picking it up
and follow up.
And follow up and deal with.
Abano can do it. Why haven't they done it? It means Otunfo has established prima facie case against him.
Yes.
So what's the state doing?
How do you think the state is interested in such matters? Because like Konongu say, in 2023, almost your friend is ahimfo no. Konongu ahimfo no. A press conference. Can you imagine what he now mention a particular name that this guy Adia wa tikroma oye ni But I say Obia.
I mean, we have kind of simple. We have state security. We have national security. Omunim BBA.
They know.
And they come here and
They know.
If they can pick somebody on TikTok, why can't they pick them? Say yes. Kingpins.
No, maybe a TikTok no it's easy to track the person.
Hey, Kingpins no more. Somebody will be any more. Kingpins one.
You may know the person, but you may not have an evidence. You see, picking somebody is different from.
No, you don't pick the person straight away. You mount surveillance, and I remember.
Yes.
From the surveillance, look, I have lived in Germany before.
Okay.
And there was a guy being almost was under surveillance. Now, I mean him eja. Be a free.
Uko hustling kakra.
You couldn't feed the beer every mostly Fridays.
Muko say any pani fee.
Every Fridays be a volunteer. After Juma prayer, they alcohol. Look, these guys mounted camera. They will do so. I want him. I if you in doorsteps. Yeah, Connie Bangina, and you
Huh?
oh, yes. But Ominim, so you wanted to then I'm ready, you know. Already a time I'm dress ban. And they caught all of them. Look, they showed pictures of almost 20 guys for 4 years. Or go Hong Kong, or go Amsterdam.
No, Abba.
Only in number pictures, images. He couldn't deny anything.
I don't buy ready now.
That
Wow.
I think they know, say, about time we are Bahono,
Mobile.
Time do one Bahono, home business.
Okay. All right. So, Makaz says, will you kindly ask Mr. Musa Dankwa to speak into the microphone? His voice is very far from the mic. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Makaz. We'll work on it. Anyway, but young go straight to Juma Yawoye. Global Info Analytics. But tell us, the last release here, why with the MPP one, any the best party. What is the basis?
Look, MPP then twofold. Overall, in the Ghana for 9,500 and Kasai across 83 constituencies in all the 16 regions. And it be some simple question. So why and Mufi say Odi MPP who do you prefer to lead MPP?
Yeah.
Among Ghanaians.
Yeah.
And do no say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Then Kennedy Japan. And you have Brian Champong, you have Edichum, any kwabena Japan.
Okay.
So the choice is very clear. But Ghana want to about any MPP presidential primaries. But if I say where the country is looking.
Okay.
And more importantly, also party for one Kasano MPP for no, why no open?
Okay.
And then it would be useful to see, say, okay, what about NDC for no? Why no munyanka or open? Because sometimes no, will be at least a back card, they can vote for that person. If you saw her or be out in the bar, a Ben Fala, so only a very cage, so he was also
oversee.
But the most important block is floating voters. Onye NDC ni, onye MPP ni. Inti ontimi nada o kan de wo na kuma so e he prefers say he will lead this party. It doesn't necessarily mean say sabat wo do ho a tinchina obetwama no. But feel say or probably a preferred choice that he thinks he can rally behind.
Okay, so which means Semetiwasi here MPP we are dealing with no. And yet MPP MPP from Kwan necessarily and now no Makasai and I say MPP delegates now no Makasai, but Ghana and Libya, so probably it can be say NDC Nikura.
Oh yes. Okay. If you report now, you will segment be a Gana 5 journal a dead. And a segment be the MPP delegate in Kwan. MPP de no Kwan Ansah.
Okay.
And this is for the delegate no. We do something for the infant.
Okay.
But you share MPP for Lancaster. Or MPP candidates no. Why now? A man for say Nanka Odi partner anymore. Kabeye. A best ebefata.
MPP for Nkwa.
Yes. In fact, we report now. Yeah, the MPP supporters arguing a two in chain.
Yes.
And then the NDC for arguing a two in chain. And now Omo ye floating so Omaging arguing a two in chain. Into share Omo see Omo ye MPP for.
Yeah.
Before. Almost 69% say Bawena Ope. 69%. Emu 24 say Kennedy. 3% Educhum. 2% Brian Champon. 2% Kwabena Ejepon. MPP for Nkwa.
Okay.
So over NDC for NDC for no 51% Omo pe Bawomia. NDC for.
NDC for
51.
Come again.
NDC for Omo pe Bawomia 51%.
They prefer
Bawomia.
as to whether Pepamu or Bonimu.
That one we don't know.
You don't know their intentions.
We don't know their intentions.
But we must ask our question to us. So, what is your intention as an NDC member? What is your intention?
And let's Obi Ajuma.
You know, you be a Juma.
I'll be Ajuma.
In the NDC for say 51%. I see.
And 32% say Ompe Kennedy. 6% Epe Duchum. 6% a Brian Champon. And 5% a Kwabena Ejepon. But Osha floating voters are.
Yeah.
Floating for no. 53 say Ompe Bawomia.
Omunia. How do you determine such people? Looking at the current situation we have in Ghana.
Okay. Say no bon come we are. Na e bisa o say about 2 times one party ben utatuma. Oh,
okay.
Utatuma NDC. And we NDC affiliate. Or me to my MPP. MPP. We do sometimes to my NDC, sometimes to my MPP.
Depending on the weather.
So we am a floating voter. We say, oh, me a PPP, me a GUM, me a say, and me other political parties.
Okay.
And I even know when so MPP nipa and I NDC ni, but one country, because I mean country. With a film, no, all those people not disclose.
Okay. Okay.
But so Ashanti region now or say on country work, you can tell whether he's an MPP guy and an NDC
guy
by analyzing further or no why where ethnic group being. So we are kindly now Ashanti Memua, why no through.
Okay. I didn't know they take.
A balance Abia offer. So when you can know I think my group are affiliated also for security reasons on country. Because in the first place, Granny be on phone to him exactly.
Okay.
No phone quite easy. Phone me easy.
But one more face to face on car. Okay.
On the one car.
I see.
So voters also on car. We say one here be MPP because voter we and this new voter why now through. So depending on baby or one, you can figure out what kind of person he is.
I see. Okay, so back to the MPP one, which means with the MPP, no more conduct the Ghana phone on who should become the flag bearer for MPP.
Correct.
And more conducting within the MPP delegates.
Yes.
So within the MPP delegates, no, Bawumia is doing 69.
No, and a different way. MPP supporters.
Supporters,
yes.
Okay. Bawumia is doing 69%.
9%, yes.
69.
Yes.
Okay, and Kennedy 24. All right, so viewers, various analysis are in your penny Musadan Kwaye no to your page as and when ubet me a pick it so that those who fear ubet me I shall the crack also. All right, and dear moya ya a year brother one no ya no so you say for the MPP. Except Baku MPP supporters.
Yes.
And about also it cuts across.
Yes.
There cuts across when you say.
And no everybody Baumia 57.4%.
57.
Obia de Bomo. He gets 57.4% of total support.
In Ghana.
In Ghana.
And Kennedy
29.3.
29.3.
And
then
6% the rest. Mostly 2 horse race.
Oh, okay. But why is Kwabena Japan Brian Champon performing so low? I won't say so bad. Be bad, you'll be good. But because of it to say Kwabena Japan, you know, Kwabena Japan was system in match. He has been one of the big wigs in MPP. Leading figures looking at Brian Champon influence during the 2020 elections and even going into 2024. The two, aren't you?
Look, you started from Kwabena Japan.
Yes.
In politics and in Ghana here, so who take a back seater who fade out.
Politics in Ghana.
Yes. The moment you go to the backstage, to come back into the limelight, it's very difficult. About 75% or more of them, 44 years and below.
Okay.
When was the last time
Kwabena Japan
was actively in politics?
About 2024, no, he came into.
No, he came in, but in terms of when he was very active. 2015,
no.
Before they lost the before party.
Yeah, that was around 2013, 2014.
So he became a backbencher.
Yeah.
How many years in that calculate here?
2013 to now, I think 10 or 11 years. Yeah, also.
Some said also.
Yes. A decade.
Absolutely.
How
many of these young voters remember those days? And the same thing is affecting the NDC guys, you know, the big guys. I'm quoting naturally. I'm fading out.
I see.
A phenomena that Oma to abandon. No, say if they don't see you every day, you are done. Okay. Because anything on better history. Say no. They want to see what you have done with their own as yagani.
Yes, but first age group noir. You find some more within 2030s. Yes, Kwabena Japan active maybe will be 15 years. So they won't MPP Nino. Edino ranks a bell.
Look.
And Yako 2024 Otisimu Oba stage no so ni ba omiana na enam.
Say you know pan the bell na man for them.
Yes.
You see Edino
yeah.
It doesn't resonate with general voters.
They consider him as an old force.
Yes. Who has not been in the forefront of the party except when there was campaign time.
No.
Yeah. People know him.
It's easy.
Yeah. People know him.
Yeah.
His useful nature, he is in their faces.
Yeah.
And we and Kolaswa, maybe on social media handles. So they see what the current, they don't see the past.
I see. But I would say Kwabena Japan, Ansah no beko race no. So man come for your research man. So they should know this. But I didn't know more insist we will go.
And they can answer that. But you see, not everybody enters a race to win.
Onto a
no, people have a secondary motive why he wants to be in the race.
Why Juma we what are some of the motives? Not in relation to Kwabena, but in general terms. What are some of the motives?
This next election, no, and any target. He's looking ahead 32.
Well, this is 65, you know. What is this thing? The next two?
Me see Ubu my money ding.
And I make other bit in general terms.
Yeah, so people want to contest now so that Omudin begin to shine for the next battle ahead.
60 years.
Will be in class.
Me wa papa down for me now, or this 73 years. Now, say, we need to come on. Come on, I'm saying, Hey, me kwaso mpa Bobie o. Na so for say me future is bright pa. It's 73. Na me say no man. O come by what ever. We say so for be central region wo. Na me say no 73 chukome. Home me pa cho. O dey kodem le ko home. O come na hwe. O mo see baby be hu na eso. So maybe anyway, but unim me wo challenge with kwabena de no. Obia send the message say MPP Nibia send the message say he think Kwabena Japan should go for the chairmanship, position, not flag bearer. But Obi to say Brian Champon unresonating with the youth.
Look, Bawumia is a formidable figure.
Yes.
And so is Ken. So
but between Ken and Kennedy, why it appears so or more appear like youthful, image out there.
No, Brian is very young, relative to Kennedy Japan.
So how come
younger than? But you see, the likelihood of him winning, no, for some people, are very distant. So you rather backs people who are likely going to be competitive.
And Kennedy is competitive. Not Brian is competitive.
Hey,
it beats my
showdown.
Showdown.
Look, showdown is a very big figure. Well, we're building himself over the years, and he's also
with what?
Look, nothing at all. You always hear him speak about certain issues. So he's on the face of people. Either he's making them happy or he's annoying them. But he's there. He's out there. So the first time we saw Brian,
sir, please, is that all that politics demands? That just show your face out there?
Look. You must first be a name or a household name that people recognize. Then you can tell them what you can do. You can have all the knowledge in this world with him. That is why not many competent people win elections.
Okay. You can be competent.
Yes, but you don't win an election. You haven't sold yourself in a way say people will like you to vote for you.
And you have trend, no? And I say in general terms, and politics here.
I think generally that's how politics works.
So which means this issue about any idiot can become a political leader, is it true?
To some extent, there's some element of truth in it.
Any idiot can become a leader.
They said there's element of truth in it because there are people who should not be winning any election, but they win elections.
But also data no and scale that when an idiot is able to maneuver his way or her way through to become a political leader, a president, or when you're scared, say no. Yes,
if you believe in true democracy and you know what that means, and yes, sometimes in your say because it's my language.
Yeah.
We need what it takes, but we don't know. We think he's smart, he's clever, he's everything. Now with this cannot win election. The same thing.
But
we have to find a way of fighting it back or fighting back against that.
Because last year I share about the way voters are thinking and why MPP is not attractive to a school for B and why NDC is becoming attractive. And it's still school for me and okay, this guy, the way of thinking, or just popularity, popular.
Not really. Well, sometimes say who you are. Say what to say, you can kind of masquerade and get away with it. But sometimes your utterances will expose you.
But between you and I, we know Kennedy.
Adebaku mienu miensa na ama for adwuma assistant.
But between you and I, we know Mr. Kennedy Japan, some of his utterances, not all, some, which may be the rational person will think, say, oh, the utterances need be now too disturbing. And yet they would be garner such support.
No, look, a man for far back with just one single issue. Or so many 3, 4, 5 issues. But could be what are important to him.
Pacho issue.
Ibia or Phyllis Ibia, Numa, enemy here. And I also say, will be Juma, you bow, will be a Juma manful.
A trump card.
No trump card. Will be so because I don't like the way he speaks on Tumano because of that. But who a man for sure, there are other issues that are no any utterances. Our indigenous home, there are trouble. The question is how many people are voting based on his utterances? Not many. Judging from what he gets in the primaries, no.
Yes. But let's look at.
But look, for Trump, for example.
Yeah, Donald
Trump.
Yes.
Look at things he said before he got elected again. So there are reasons why people vote for certain candidates.
Not just say me pacho where they make friend into Makakra idiotic voters no African when we were looking at what happened in America.
Well, they're everywhere.
Baby more.
Yeah, no, we won't call them idiotic. There are certain issues they consider very important. How
and some trivial.
Yes, some trivial. Ibuwa is racism. Ibuwa is all sort of things play. You know, any single issues.
But with Dr. Baumia, 4, 5 candidates we raise issues about the competence. Or more than the call the elections. Or also the Trump card no is about the economy. And MPP for no money challenging the way I didn't jigu one and so how come the grassroots are able to still believe that he has what it takes to lead the party and lead the party into victory and govern the country?
That one I can't answer. You've got myself. I can't speak on their behalf. But look, every party and in the base and the way the base think. So it depends on how the base process this kind of issues and how they can debate on it. But if you look at ABI, you know, he made an excuse for himself, say he wasn't in charge of things. Now I'm on for you know, so some believe in what he said, the excuses he gave, and they are going with it.
That's the grassroots.
Yes. And believe say it's been well marketed. So more than a kwabena, a much easier. So that one can be actually on the telephone. Oh, you didn't that, you know, and that is really working for him.
Oh, yeah, so which means you move it works more than maybe or the competence.
It depends on the delegates. So delegates are very conservative. MPP delegates no.
Yes.
Are very conservative. If it is no, the but a younger delegate have sentiment, you know. And no.
But MP for the do you see the youth tilting towards Baumia? And I say older people. No?
Generally, the youth tilt towards Baumia.
In the party.
Yes, in the party. Even across the country, or no any other candidates who are the youth go to Baumia.
Okay. Other candidates that kwabena Japan,
yes,
Kennedy, and Brian Champon,
yes.
and others.
And I think relatively they see him as younger than Kennedy. So
sure.
he gets that advantage.
Sure.
Among the youth.
I see. All right, Maminya Jumawe Embra. So it's a conversation, and Dr. Dexon Adomako Kisi, former MP and Yaso to my spokesperson for Dr. Brian Champon campaign team. Minia Akwaba. Onia Doc. So many Unia Penny Musa Dankwane studio, and you didn't come more about current survey. Or the about on MPP flag bearership. Same with NDC issues so or the about, but because of where you stand, what would be to say maybe you are following the discussion, the things you want to pick out from the discussions.
All right, let's share with you for the big kind major Proverbs 4:7 a month. I'm saying all things. Seek wisdom. On a very personal note, and then Musa Dankwa Amayata says, "Ne reports no a fixed dates or the year service, irrespective of party no a situation, which is nice. But the key thing here is research, one I feel is premature. And yeah, one key thing. Because unfortunately, MPPB nomination, almost kasi yenwi akutia Ansah na yakofum. And the offer new entrants I Dictum, Dr. Brian Champon, to some extent, kwabena in Japan. The new entrants, ain't a chance to touch the base at all. And see, my friends, away a preliminary assessment. So, which means that it puts all the new entrants at a disadvantage. Upo because almost trabano in TA omenum and some. We are not so free. I think the truest picture ever out when we've been able to engage the 276 constituencies, or even 3/4 of the total country, which is 276. In Timeno, Madrin Kakran says, this is before the referee whistles into Mika. So, I think early days yet, we'll take it on face value. Say, Ansah na yebe shot, yahodinye yede ko ekono. Ghana and Africa politics also there. Mitiana enyema to me edane. I think sir yebema yera
but quick one minchano ye competition mu and competition mu what the or statistics echo. So from where you guys sit, what are you seeing with the chances of Dr. Brian Champon?
Well, I think earlier on I made a very serious commentary, sir. You're a DMB. Some of the people that supported him heavily are now part of the race. Namikasana, men can't just take from you, but men can't. Obviously, say Dr. Brian Champon may honor them called DMB. So as I say, so there are many others. Almost a DMB, largely because of one person or the other. It's easy to say, the numbers on behind just by virtue of whether you like it or not. Sample educhumuni votes are now and yet about quote unquote a beer nipa 100 B. If I say so, nibi by virtue of the numbers, already when 3 people are not common with at least movie there, then you lose out on even they themselves their votes and their home votes. In Timeno, on a very personal note, there's also government appointees that almost to abano by virtue of one to a with the Nyama peak also. Internationally, no, whatever era DMB and so better. Now, in addition, so no, you far to your Hunsua, yet delegates was almost 7 regions. Era one conference when we need one conference in 7 regions. Which we know.
But Doc, you're not enough to convince MPP support base.
Oh, enough because there are many factors that you better consider. In the history of MPP, why second in command for 16 years. Our kwabena could be interesting. Nobody has ever been in that position.
The issue with Yenimno every titino and I say with Yenimno a play Emma Dr. Baumia and the figures are all huno. Yanona Emma figures elsewhere.
Oh, Nyamutro, because cemetery in a report near about from 60% plus now no one. And yes, of course.
Yes, and, but at least he's leading.
Oh, that's and I make us say, yeno, yene, almost see hene to a hene cry, and your monster ending guitar. It'll be interesting to say, yang, new entrant. You be surprised there. Dear Waba Kono ADN now. What am I say? Overtaking is allowed. You none a crack no Sanamekano. When you make it to is only a matter of time. I can't meet you at the name. Moma new entrance no soon call house to house be. Not by December Mohono. Or yes, 7 nani I say at the end of the pie. And I say lead no gusuwa Ubiam Bang Yera DMB. That's what I'm saying. Indeed, we know men pese ye tumika eka sembia nyama wesia dane. Say then other 47% abia by a COVID by Juno Biu. But we know by December Yako a prone win Kakano. Then I think I'll be very happy to see the new survey no saying.
Okay. Wonderful.
I really think that sometimes to say polls are being weaponized to sway people. It makes sense in terms of Musa Dankwa because there's a machinery there you suppose not to sway. And the man Donald Trump can say be wary of some of these machinations because no criminal, but how it is carried out can be done in a weaponized way. And we are mindful of all of these things.
Yeah, but no, quick one. And then but we didn't come over here by looking at Ura Musa Dankwa and a track record over some period now. And Kawu Tunefwa, Kabe Tunefo so we survey now on your day of send them personally and I say my unpublished. And what would be your advice?
I think he knows how Fitch and all of these other indices, to say S&P more Ayomijma. And I can tell him categorically, sir, when people were ranked with AA levels, overnight they could go to junk. And I mean, he knows. We're talking about world-class level polling, world-class level indices. So as I said, he knows, sir, there can be a glitch or glitch at any point in time. I think that I'm a student of Warren Buffett, and based on my experience with Warren Buffett, we don't do day-to-day excitement. I think, sir, as I say, the polling, is becoming almost used to influence elections. And when people see it that way now, integrity of it now, a bit questionable.
So you advise Enka Oria on farmer interest parties, secretly without leaking it out.
I wouldn't say secretly, but I think that I can almost tell you that there are many other research work coming out of KUST and the University of Ghana, political science. What is the difference? How come somebody and yet all this noise in the media domain? Is somebody pushing the agenda too hard? He should be wary of that, because sometimes as an institution, the harder you work, the harder you fall. I'm only being a bit cautious. We look at all of these things with some caution.
I hear. But yes, when in the report,
high up, and then Donald Trump surprised there. You tell me that no, primary, but politics is politics.
Okay.
And we're in Africa. Into the nuances, the changes. I mean, I didn't excuse me to say, Napo will not be vice president to Mahmoud Bawumia anymore. That alone can even change dynamics.
Okay.
You and I don't know.
Sure.
Or we can also hear that they are going to be pairing this and this. That can also change dynamics.
Great one.
Based on my experience in African politics, a day is like 1 week.
Marty.
And anything can happen.
Can happen, all right? Doc.
We appreciate this. We'll use it as a baseline. You may use it as a preliminary finding, because I feel now you're quite pro.
Mate, may that also be Doc. Kasa. Good luck.
All right.
So back to the studio and Musa. So Okansemi Womua strike me. Or more abanoye January next year. But also in course say it was September, October, November, December. Things can change.
Bobie, I'm still surprised people are still taking this as predictions.
Okay.
I'm surprised. It means they are not going to say.
Okay.
Obekaya 2024 elections poll no, it shall say that in 2022. And they call the last November. November, said the second week no, and they release last predictions.
Yes.
So based on the work we have done, no, we don't see anything changing. So what we have said would manifest.
Okay.
There be any predictions, any ordinary counting of voices in the Deva things, and almost see as soon as no more. In the next 1, 2, 3, 4 months,
it can change.
It can change. So I don't see why they are fighting this giddy.
No, but obviously, I will believe we say because of your credibility and Juma Wayano, it me a sway a man for agony.
Bobie,
sir,
let me use Akwatia for example.
Yes.
Does poll sway the vote? Akwatia, you can say NDC being 53% something. That's the poll plus or minus 1.5% margin of error. Right?
Yes.
Nanga poll no sway a mafwa nanka NDC being 60 or 70%. But poll they say a man will say to say you no sa no moto
53
and so will be advi ambeka 53 and 77.
Okay.
So the polls just confirm what people are telling you. It doesn't sway anything. In the past, our politicians have used the poll to sway.
Okay.
They have used the polls to sway. But in Kuala you don't sway them with polls. Absolutely. Look, you show the last election. Your poll said Mama will be on 54%. Obviously, they are big. Bawumia will be on 49%. I don't know poll no answer a man for a man Bawumia winning. So yes, why didn't that poll sway people and allow Bawumia to win? No, the poll just confirms what people are going to do. Plus or minus the margin of error. You're saying 54% plus margin of error of 2%.
Yeah.
I 56.
56.
Mama 60. Well, that's 60. Yes, so the poll was correct. The poll was just counting a man from Samuel. And not a man will be answered. A comedy war. Let's over 2 at the opinion poll and who. Bobie.
It means it's an
So it doesn't make sense. Omunyai can tea. Say incantate, you know, Rolling time nobody post yes, be do at the next time and then
won't be fine, yes, sir.
A man from go TikTok X what do you pull dada
on Tia that
on wouldn't there koso. And it doesn't matter how you spin the propaganda. Say Paul Mahama of 82 and Fano Betutiano.
So tell us, which means prediction a bad time base since they are going in January 2020.
The last poll a bad January. The last one a interview by December. Not report number January, but because January move before the election, the best another one for MPP delegate Nunkwa, and then back a week before the elections.
Not just you know a bar you
can clear path because we lose win. We Yankas we and I said we no. And do that time on a week before the MPP primary now. You better catch it why we win and with what percentages.
I see. But when Emma or more figures in this channel, it puts them in a very
that is the
tight corner. They become G3.
That is the reality of life. You got to have Mikaika Mesano. Your brothers be a polling agent and my dinner eski. Oh, zero. I was watching a review, not me fair a review, and on board is also, and I will be I don't know who in GBC or see General SK and his little numbers. Or see vag numbers, vag
I'll come back to you. And Teta on a Facebook page says Mr. Musa Dankwa is a true poster. Unlike some people we have known in the past. Dr. Kisi, instead of taking the SWOT analysis, which will be of beneficial to your candidates, you are here speaking grammar. The end will justify the means. Okay, so spokesperson for Dr. Yao said Bichum Ora Yao Poku Mensa Peso Chipin. But Uncle Yao, over Aquaba.
Over making sure, bro.
Boko there, over Yao.
Yamiada Roma, the creature, Ohoyena, Musa Dankwa,
so which means obviously you are following your discussions. More opinion on this research work. To say,
you must kind of
all right, MC losing the kakra, so we'll get back to the end this the end baby NDC as of the also other as of the also
and food
for the food
and I'm going for you.
What
is
what to be that?
Oh, me da papa, maybe the for 5 minutes, mother, mentioned. Oh,
wouldn't you help me?
No, I really don't have any pressure.
I see. Anyway, so Sawanu says, Bobie, let him conduct President Mahama for third term. Now, you said okay, so Ebenezer Mukhtar says my own NDC must get 40% because they lied to us that they are coming to fight corruption and jail MPP criminals. Now, baby, okay, so Samuel says they normally used Ben Evson to do those nonsense for Kufo. So say anyway, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. Finally, on this MPP, so which means say you will start another work in December.
In fact, every month, a tracking monthly. In fact, next month. You ben another MPP delegate delegate.
Just say uzumi onomo mbeto abana nkwa.
Yes.
I see. All right. Okay. Thank you. Me pacho. Okay. So quick one. Over now.
Wafa.
I'm say wa homa no te koye. So ubeti ato
Yo. Na make say yeah welcome any third party survey bia bebia. Ajani nyina ka ho na ma agro no yede. Nemu de important to us. Any the any what the actual polls at the count the 31st of January 2026. So shy na what you are term we are and I don't kind of fear the truth. Formally AC form a shot here born in power and was 33 formal executives of the party. And you know, say and Kenya above former Santimemo. Now we share a semi so much Dr. of the Sema Tuma. Now the could do the polls to the Abba as basis for whether we are very good or bad. Now Ansah cry any of her and you know, to say that time, we welcome every poll which comes, but definitely, internal polls know MIA what the strategy should be, how the engagement should be, so that the visibility aspect of your candidate on the grounds, a bit PM of them. I have no doubt in my mind. They may who know what Santimemo, and my brother, President Musa Dankwa Ashanti region. That's all, or Shanti, so a survey from that end, based on the last week interactions a Ashanti region formal executive I think so bring a different result, a different perspective from the next year can one segment. And Sadia we are seeking to replicate it across the length and breadth of the country. So that the real shape and the picture for your first half of your campaign and you know we welcome the Sophia Hawaii but I don't know and Kanyama we have our own internal mechanism which gives us a firm footing in the race now.
So which means yes particular survey we know momfa enhwemu emfanya hwe. Is that what you want to say?
And I definitely say yes concern within the political space whatever survey no kwa on the bifraba. The bifraba I will take an interest in it and look at it what the poll is saying and what the analysis, especially about the candidates in the year. Every day is a learning experience for young. And once I a woman, now the bear bonnet away up and say, internal mechanism, I have access your own strength. That's a bema access your strength, or strength and weakness today. I was saying a boy, now your boy, to ample Ansah yet 34. That is why we are in this race to win. And I can assure you, the Dr. Yosef will carry the flag bearership of the NPP come 31st January 2026. If they are coming in our boom, Nina, a boa ama from the post, a boa hotosoba, they're rubbish, but a young only the yes, internal mechanism take a and that is what is shaping the engagement with the delegates right from the onset. That is why in our camp, once you say, they can say to you, because they perceive a bastard. Now, man, 40 and can't hear speaking our growing baby. This is an internal election. The Meshisha polling station chairman will be a poor city constituency. I remember I Dawru as the Meshisha department. Many baby or minimum the number, many baby or take the national number for my Thomas. We are treating this contest as an internal contest. Whatever the idea is an engagement with Ghanaians, how we are faring and how the campaign is going. So that is how the approach is, and that is what is shaping strategy and plan, communication, party for no area.
All right. That's it. So I'll put two thoughts across. All right, thank you so much. Good luck. So that's it. Other members know, but we need to quickly work on the NDC one. Wrap it up na era on Juma. But obviously, Musa, yes, more numbers ni so anya di obi abeka say and I don't know. Almost they are working on it.
The good thing is they say when this results before what started ground campaign.
Yeah.
Into we by 1 month na for bar you can see say oh makwe nim chain first no you can measure your progress. But so why new way or any way I'm one who baseline no Ubedun say ukoswara ubafo.
Ukoswara ubafo. Okay. So Mr. Kwesi Kwatin, lawyer Kwesi Kwatin, counsel on a Kasama Rakene de Japan. Counsel Akwawa. Boko de counsel. Nyamiadum council. So council bia what we did ora Musa Dankwa report and on how our candidates or pre MPP no or more ejina bisukra na we follow from where you sit. What do you think about this report?
I must be honest. Me pattern kind pa and we are Musa Dankwa so bia. I mean, I followed his work for some time. And the best you are I make time to reach. But for the first day, about what the media told me, just seen the highlights, but I've not really had time to read in detail. But the TBR, this is me, my understanding of research work. It's just a guide, a projection, giving you an idea of how you are faring. Mostly benchmarked on the methodology that the researcher used. There have been researchers that they push us in a very comfortable lead. There have been researchers that make it so close. There have been other pools that, and also no, it discredits almost what we are doing, almost all that we are doing. But ultimately, what do you do if you indeed want to win? All you have to do is to take them as a good and positive feedback to improve the work that you are doing.
So council, which means what other surveys on more race no would you say those surveys no are credible or maybe better than the Musa Dankwa? Is that what you want to say?
No, I've seen other surveys that have provided different findings and different outcomes.
And do you believe in those surveys?
I work with every survey. I think belief is a bit higher, but I work with every survey because if you believe in a survey that puts you at 72%, but you work with surveys, you are guided by surveys, and based on that, you then align to either change the results in your favor or against your opponent. That has always been how it is. It is not in a way discrediting the post. And I mean, even political communication wise, it's not wise. Especially poster. Of course, I mean, Musa hasn't gotten all the predictions right, but since or starting yet. But I mean, reasonable number of them he's gotten them so close, and I mean, some of them so right. And when a poster builds that level of credibility, even for the purpose of communication, political communication, you don't go and attack the credibility of the post. After all, you don't stand to lose anything when you work with it. If you don't believe in it, just proceed and do your work. But because we also know say was an impact on voter perception. I don't know. Sometimes we become very jittery to it. I have followed polls in America. They projected for Hillary to win. All the polls pointed to her to win, and it turned the vice versa. Even in Trump's case, his second coming is almost the same thing. And I've also seen polls that has also manifested. At the end of the day, what do you do with it? Polls are not election results. They are projections based on the methodology that somebody used. You have researchers even arguing on the methodologies. But me, I am not a researcher. I am a politically exposed person, socio-politically exposed person. My duty is to embrace them, use it as a proper feedback to improve my work. May I what will they add to 10 vote?
Okay. I think from our submission, which means you guys have taken it in good faith and you are working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. Good luck, sir. Okay, so let's come back to NDCD and Nkonkowie and Mesemi production crew if you are Namonfa NDCD and tour and Mame. But Musa Dankwa, man for sending messages, Ebusa say your work on NDC no distraction keke. it's too early. You want to tear the government down. You don't want the various appointees to concentrate on their work and all that. What is Ansah now?
Mate Bebre. There is another angle I want to point out to people.
Okay.
A man for Bebre wa omunya ombeko. At the moment they can't focus.
Yes.
But say who say chile then you advise yourself and stay focused and do your job. Have you thought about that?
I'm struggling to understand it.
Say feel say a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, a beboa cannot hope say and be
Yes.
And so we can't hear any mean sign. Focus on what I am doing. Look, pulling into the future today. So when you say agro in a year, why should you spend money on that agro?
But then again, you give some of the prominent ones out.
No,
you give them out, they become targets.
Oh, look,
the whole system.
Let me tell you today.
Catch him.
Those who will lead, the NDC, are those who will be seen to be working for the government. Let this sink in. Lead the NDC in the future. Debino. After Mahamano. The delegate and the country will see them as, yes, Muhammad Bayano, Omnamodi, Omnesi from Jumano. So don't let this thing distract you. Focus and do your job. Because Daniel Soa, I'm going to show your work. Not tell me your work. Show your work on one a better show. My political communication for the Gen Z era. Mm-hmm. Stories. We no. They are no witness to what you claim you have done. Say, who are buying more? Mawanin kofum. Iye juma. Uye juma na time so because me wa buying mu we ni na me here. So on that basis, no mama chance me the party no.
Okay, so my producer the chat now to say Cecil Kwabena says Bobie, what is really the methodology of Musa Dankwa? I'm really a student of research, and what is really his methodology when doing this political survey to get such accuracy? Always he's on point, and I wonder how he does it. All right, so voters' preference for NDC leadership, we have Honorable Haruna Idrisu 29.8%. Honorable Sindu Ketia 24.1%. Ato Forsen Honorable Finance Minister 18.4%. We have Chief of Staff Dr. Julius Debra 10.3%. Honorable Kujato Blakwa 8.1%. Honorable Eric Opoku 2.5%. Professor Joshua Labi 2.2%. Honorable Amar Kofibua, my brother, 2.0%. We have Mr. Kwame Wadako, 1.6%. He's my blood anyway. He's my blood. Wadako is my blood. I won't betray him for anything. 1.1% for Dr. Spiogabra. Then we have 0.1% Oko Van der Poy. Okay, so Mami Musa Wadewe, you shall share with a MPP, and there was an issue in there. NDC Dewe no, thank you. NDC Dewe no. NDC delegates. And I say
overall voters' preference
across the country.
Across the country.
So the MPP for input room.
Yes.
CPP for input room, PNC input room.
Precisely.
So what we see now has nothing to do with NDC
delegate.
Delegates
No.
No. I don't know any no. Okay, so when you
because MPP for Omokotoaba very soon.
Yes.
You know, he has a delegate. NDC for any now. So we have time. We don't want to spend in this go. We can't use money to just do things at home in fast war. So time no do or start the delegate. But before I can just test the waters. I be by yanka one 7 net.
You know that.
So my insight. If you see you swear and no edit check here amount for general.
Okay.
Say any amount for doing a compare and say a difference. I've made some comments some time back. Say mostly NDC delegates, no, money amount for broadly, or might be and so different. And MP for sometimes it's a bit different. So you're testing some of these approaches behind the scene to see what is happening before you didn't have about thing.
But my memory back to the OEA, so which means you are doing Haruna, you are doing Sedun Ketia, Mato Forsen, Dr. Julius Debra, Ekosa. When you delegate, when you across Ghana, Ghana for Buso Felice. Okay, so after Jomama, Haruna Idrisu, is it possible, say, we say, yeah, a ba Uzumiba delegates research so it me done?
Yes.
How?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
How?
Because any never be brea delegates name and for nim. So definitely
give me example like what?
There are differences.
Like
one Oba party they know the candidates very well. On for MPP and now NDC delegates unim at voice because we minimum. Ushaga ni bio be bunku ni bio at voice because on no why. So there's knowledge gap and I say unim ekopoku unim no but NDC delegates unim ekopoku. So the level of knowledge of people are much higher among delegates the national voters.
So you sue the same method. Say Bia Haruna is resonating with the Gen Zs.
Look. Anybody who understands data and what we have put out there and have eyes for details should be able to tell why Haruna is leading.
Why?
I mean, so obvious. It is so obvious. I don't know why people are so surprised.
So give us the indicators.
It's very clear. Look, we share the northern blocker. Only northern in the race, right? So all in our Jaffa.
Okay.
Wajafa. Okay. I say as well. I Iwadaku. Akani, Atuvosi, Akani, Akani. So I can follow my scatter. They've scattered, but eventually, if I can follow a drop out, or my vote will begin to consolidate around 1 or 2 people. But it doesn't mean say I don't know a camp. He's getting a lot of a camp vote as well. But in the end, the weight of the consolidation would put somebody on top.
So which means the internal one will be very interesting.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
And it can bring a new twist.
Oh yeah, I think there will be
like the documents you have also will be
No, we I think they can bear witness. We've been calling NDC delegate for some time now. We've been calling them. Some of them they will say, oh, they're from. Yeah, a lot of work underground just to make us understand issues better.
After all the way to Abontino, because for some time now, Amanfo Felicio should be General Mosquito, she is leading. Amanfo, so Dr. Julius Debra, the Chief of Staff, is leading. And Obitisa to forcing, said that enforce Papa. So then to forcing it me by lamplight.
Bobie,
sir.
Obekai say make say show workings.
Yeah.
Gen Z for no. They will ask you, show us what you have done. Any big crowd, people who have seen say Atu has done something as a finance minister. we see. So those are the things that will work for him or working for him. So he's not relying on history. No, the Ubekaya 78% of Omamotua ba ene are around 44 years and below.
Yes. Yes.
No. No. Look, it will be surprising, say, even 2016 issues this time, it will not wash.
Why? Would you say NDC make me pull it through safely after John Mahama? When the founder is not there?
Look, who said the NDC and the way they elect flag bearer? And you they coalesce around themselves. Because they know, say, a collection of smaller groups.
No, Mabishia.
So we must compromise to keep ourselves together.
Okay.
So they will do that in the end.
As a jankamo brofo. No Mabishia no Bobra.
Yes. Exactly.
And Yamajigua Ebehaye. And I went on so that I'm from you crapat. Actually, for years and to follow. Yeah. So the others are not the same.
They're not the same.
Okay.
Oshe NDC on a delegate profile, it is just like Ghana. In terms of ethnicity, I can follow those in Obia, followed by the Evers, the Mori, the Gbanis, the same structure. But over MPP more, about 65% of the MPP delegates no only account for. So they are the emboldened ones. So it's difficult for them to compromise.
They say no more can say no more can.
But then this is the ultimate kasa. Even that account for Kwano, you're not enough to win on your own. You must go and talk to somebody to come.
Yeah.
So that has been the where they will come together to elect somebody.
Finally, what are they way to Gano reaction it to say?
And then because social media, and then I'm from the say, I'm going to call
a day.
I think me that bo makobra manfo kuru.
Was a question you are a woman trim, but that question I'll keep it to myself. So, because I seriously don't have any interest in this NDC flag bearership race. I don't have interest because for me I think it's too early. The government needs to work, and we should allow them to work. But I'm all for Phyllis. And you are releasing, you are targeting some people.
Look, MPP can the same thing. And you Urefi.
Yes.
You see, when you are doing opinion poll in a very independent way, so we are Mawaswa, it means Edmano Unyeni.
I see.
I know sir, this day will come. I knew that this day would come. We will make a lot of friends in NDC as enemies in NDC, just like we made in MPP. And then MPP somehow, even though they are talking, but and yet say NDC for Mbofu change. Look, okay. Perception is not reality. Me were grounds. Bobie, in the last election. So I don't want people to believe, say, we have any agenda against anybody. Kwabena, like my agenda.
Also, yeah, Kwabena. Did I shoot to the streets?
Look, I don't entertain nonsense.
Finito.
And I don't want to be controlled by anybody.
Yeah.
In the end, okay. I have never sought any favor from any politician.
I see.
I don't do that. Because me say I have sometimes I told him. But Phyllis said, TV so you know big men.
Yeah.
I will never call anybody for any favor. look, I tried getting a film for somebody. What am I saying?
Kwabra for feria de o kwasra de a na say me kwa kwasra obi ade na nipa na osoma me nam si nipa ya o ma me ko no we say ye me pempa ka me kwasra na de da ye feria de o ye bu ye ho kakra
Bobie.
oh
I don't want anybody to say I've scratched your back, so do the same.
Yeah.
Many politicians be in asemu krumu. Sometimes when look, they come to you say, oh, you may my estimate be na or train say so we pull na one course. It means look, you lose juma bebre because of juma you know.
I see.
Oh yes, because of you say oh me say on famara e bana e wo for e be mano but e bana e one e one
anyway, that's it. Live on a 100.5 Citizen Show. Musa Dankwa, that's I think you better said your kind say we and your final predictions. You better trying the internal NDC one.
Any day, a best 2026. On the bed delegate.
And yet documents now. Alright, yeah, that's me, baby. Live in 100.5. We are back here, and Mekao said we'll talk about Maslock. Domuya mo join your Facebook page. Yeah, that was baby. And remember, just 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and I mean, be a phone lines, just 5-10 minutes. Your thoughts and observations on this, just 5-10 minutes. Then not many happy capito Evans and your birthday. Happy birthday to you. So 0302208090. Me for 5-10 callers. Me we are many honorable Elom Akwambia, CEO for Maslock. Yebedi and Komo. Hello,
Mr. Bobie and
yes sir. Pacho Yanko
ABC ni mikasivi abede.
Oh, ABC di akasefri abede yanko.
Yeah, Mr. Danko ase but and now the can say obisan say nia oye and the step for and this abana because as is earlier. So I said na ebema confusion ba amamonu and the stand with something what is. By the nyima you is the Christian forcing. Because Ghana no a Christian country and then princess
before some corner. Come so maybe on the alpha. Hello,
Commander one.
yes sir. Bachenko.
What I'm saying
Bobie, what video name feedback check mam ne bonnet man why so.
The record is Musa Dankwa as am I in this kind of information here? NDC, them just a Ghana 40 years ago, say NDC, no, it's a NPP. There's a vast difference between NPP and NDC. So let's say that NDC for a long time work up. Yeah, yes, of course, and I'm going to go here. We should just do the information. I am finding out. Now, you could say, a bad to say, show what you know, why NDC may encourage you. That would be our to see. We are really with the passion or obeying my young. And me, I will know yet to my grassroots from the way or one of the pushing. Person or the qua grassroots one of the pushing because there's a vast difference between NDC and NDC. Will be a mission by if they are mature and is able married to that.
Okay. Me don't say, my man, find another caller, quick one. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Pacho Yanko.
Oh, Commander, Unia Omega going to out to
Pacho Yanko.
Yeah, Papa Musa Dankwase. And he says, I don't know about my party Adrian and now see ye. Ama and no maybe a quatrono, yet to me to talk. And she had an assay. Say, I bring up maybe on your number. Much remember NDC. I buy say. Omuncho money and grassroots no. Yeah, branch executive no. Yes, no more. Na wɔn mma yɛsie mu yɛ du sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ next election no yɛsi bɛyɛ ahoɔden ɛde awura mu na mu nkyia mu MP ɛnɛ adomako ɔkaiko south MP papa.
Okay. Medase me for last two callers nam there we hello.
Yes sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Pacha yanko.
Yes sir. Na masipa but we grab ma ya penis for no mo be steady. What you say? Wa wo share ages no ne bebia papa we wura no. Ya bompa. Thank you.
All right. So last caller, be steady, be steady. Hello.
Commander.
Sir, Pacha family.
Commander, we need to equally as a man. So, Commander, I'm sure only a punya wa maya say, Yanchira ya temfa, Sama wabubu, who a real way, Yamishra pa, and open Cassia now only was to the Musa Danqua, Yamishra pa. Ye been no motion in Suvia or ya know that Bobie Fu, a Bontino, be a washano. They are made to say, me say, the manager hopa. Cause Oyen sana ne mawa wuti chireno no one will say ajuma me entosi anase entosi na watenete no no one will way forward ubeya da chibia another so be ba ebe benefit ujuma na wo ya nti ye bona baso nyoma na wo ye do ngusu nya ne sana tenete because o hwe me bebi a me ji papa we di and commander winim akotia election. Because before I could get election, no, ever starting the campaign, now we should do it now. More for can be before can. If they do better, Papa will disobey, better to move by. You got to a Bobie, that is so very late. They move pepper on when a big Papa and back or wait to my pan. I'm sure no Papa need my bar or the bomb. My gun open the case on a book you got to put him in Jawai. Only Muslim job, I need my bar. We have to go, my gun, and I'm sure of that's a commander.
Yeah, that's right. So, me fire of view, and I think baby our Musadamka will be at least also any verdict from the callers. So, he appreciates it. Yeah, the massive baby Honorable Elom Akwambia is next. Thank you, sir. Make our man for sir up to date estate and construction. Up to date estate and construction. Na omo Jumekua omo ensas mo adwuma afi bia omo yearly anniversary ya omo omo ye ne se afene so no omo hye omo efa ne sa na omo tete ye asase eboso omo so omo nsase no ko ba bi ti se Hillview Estate, Shy Hills, Miocho, Pram Chopoli wose ni nyina no nenke 30,000 say omo de 25,000 Ghana cedis umpe we na opedie up to date estate and construction or say baby almost asibia no mo yi akwaya to won kania ho kama other services some de ma barcoded site plan, land surveying, building construction, architectural drawings and a land registration was say if you adane memenda no pebiano omoko site into obetimi ehie omo wala shibi Shalom Sport won omo ben ho ngase sport won omo office ho aha wo sore na ko twa kwa piasia nkojina sport wo se ko hwe omo ben ho sport ni nchen ho titiye last be on be Shalom Sport bar stop mpacho enko you see that from more 0531228238 on Sabet me account would edugi on our social media platform. Thank you. Abubakar Raj is here with us. Bill's microcredits men can check Ghana phone now. You don't need a Ghana card, you don't need a collateral, you don't need anything. Also there we here sorry, the only a Ghana card, unya collateral, sekofa ebia akajinamudie bi ebra. So crack Ghana card only Bill's microcredit dealings them omre kra ope ejuska aye adwuma anase bia wo ye adwuma na eti akofom opeska kakra dia him o se Bills microcredit eya ni omon kasa obedua from 0596920833 onsa betumi aka omo yemra studio ni yemra ma ye adwuma and in the studio me wo honorable Elom Akwambia ewo hase honorable Akwa
Enya
Boko de.
You want to know, sir.
Hey, na ora wo hwehwe mi o. Da me wo ho.
Akwabrade de ora bo na boy.
Hey, da mi. Masa. Say da bi o yes onim. Yes se wa mo ukromu hine samna ni obi ambo ne samna ne.
Sa.
Ana meboa. Nti se ye humu se mo ye honorable fo a se bia bonte so fo ne be humu sa. The honorable so adwuma no ana mo ye no. Anyway, akwa badwuma mte say.
Commander Nyamiado.
Bibi ada form.
Ebusun kakaka.
Yeah, I can't tell. I can't tell.
Ya jia tum si ebe ye nti. Sure. Ni ya ye ni.
Sure.
Quick
one, this Galamsey issue. What is your position as a government appointee? What is your position on it?
Asemu Commander. Galamsey kwa de se kwa de me krom kwa na. Unim say akweya obe conteste wo Madina. MPP candidate ya obe conteste Madina. We fidimo oni onobo sosu ene conteste. Uko mikro mosi na chese. Din.
Oh, MPP candidate.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Pancha kwa out there. Se mi te se manze kwa ba pepes mu se osi no de se kwan hu nyina na mi amasa se kra me na naja ma me ko ya me ko hu asase no kra mi hu biom o mo tu ase no
o mo funtum
asase a na da nsuo bi nchense enti ye de ya adwen mu no ye de be fish farming so we're looking at say be fish farming e wo ho no me ko ho no because I think 2 months ago ayabasa omotu ma chese ujina honoma and my communication with the DC there HSA omunye
use your microphone
omunye adwuma na anapa
anajo
nti anajo na wakọ akoda no o feel say wakoda no obesori anapa no na chese
no but
I've told her say I've had an engagement with her say in fact she's also the chairperson of the diocese there was say otimima police for ni soldier for a night patrol ni
because police for ni soldier for man night patrol so
omo nhwese ne be ya osino in particular no na sadia no because one so see no da kwan
yes
nti o course say ababia na first enwura ne ade wa you could see say o enwura ne wo hoi say no o kwa da ho pete a stretchia kodu enyinem ohun nsuo bi na da enyinem ma first ukokuma si aboy si gina ho a omukita is it akante o akante asese ewura na wo na asese unbio
but I'm off maybe
I just think that government which I'm part of at this point has to take a firm decision on what we want to do. Fortunately,
but I think they are doing they are on course.
That's what I was coming to say. Fortunately, with the efforts of the lands minister no me hu say nanse amunua baba ko yatiti okotwa is it ankobra hu say eni teba na che say adwuma na omo ye wo ho no in the western part no is working. I think that the same thing should be done efi eastern honom ede kwa kokodu Ashanti region because ohwe central region dey ya insuo ye omusi asei omusi efi eastern na ababe say insuo because sa town no in particular no omunye Galamsey wo ho
I see.
Yeah, that's what we are told.
Free baby na be kan
baby na ba be kan omo nti ete se de otu baby a unim bibia na se ne ne obekọ market akwakoto banche akwakoto kontomre akwakoto manken na ye ka che se mekri na omode ye saa Galamsey no ebia ba be rewura eduane na ye di enti o tinkan o de also wo hwo ho so yie wo se wo de ye conscious of your health. Enti no wo di green nti wo market no akoto fresh kontomre wo market akoto menke nti wo de che se undidi abonten unye hwe na onim se mercury ena
na se yesi abonten a boy mo se ya yense dem yesi da mo so aboy enti se ya de be pa de be
se o se nyina ye de ye hujim ai e wo so obia de ne hujim bi community arrest, individual arrest wo so obi ya. And I keep saying, say, ahemfo no a omode assassin mano. There's one person in Fantiakwa I always dove my heart for. Achim him I.
Okay. Okay.
Refinidi. Unti be galamse woni kromo.
Sa.
O inti omo ya kosi osino dwenase abompe sa environment no ba untimi ntra enkonko pio no nukru da bi untimi
dia no ya ahemfuna ka no enye bi dia.
I think that the punishments he metes out to the people obecho say we galam. In fact you won't even try it because wa shemra no emra ne da ho so no ni krum ochi galamse inti member ho kra say o baba be ye galamse so you not even there because when you say o kompo a enya ade a obema osa chance na say emfa debi emfa you know apart from the chiefs no the individuals themselves because when obi wa say me amasa ase na say me hu video bi o say ai yesi ye betu kokko mu ya ntum enti no ono de o de asase no o de ama eno o twitwa kokko no o twitwagu sa say o ton amagalam sefo but o twitwagu no what you have to think about ne say kokko no esi ho ama wo afibo is like it's been there. I'm sure say enye ono ne time mpona almost started it goes back to ne mame mo you know and wa ba beto so and to think about o man say won so woman wo nananom no wo ton se si ama yetu na ase no o man no that chomo so die na almost betimi depend on
number o betu
asase eja say na posi asase ne di betu
but answer the call main issues no this MPP flag bearer NDC flag bearer race you heard Musa Dankwa. What do you think?
I think say it's too early for me,
sir.
As deputy national women organizer at this point your focus ne say ye behwe say emma na omoboa ye ma ye adwuma Ghana ma omu nyina at least nkakra obia be benefiting nkakra and then after that no because unim ye de no enti say MPP for the assisi omo ye flag bearer and so ma ba be ye branch election ye de no ye be ko branch na ye fi branch a ya ba constituency ni efi constituency a yaba region na yaba national as yaba ba be yi flag bearer. It is a process we have to go through. Even national elections you are looking at somewhere later part of 2026 2026
okay,
because December 2026 will be 4 years since May election for a second term as deputy national women organizer.
More to national.
Intimacy ekokoto enu ye enu wi a anse yakọ national congress ni yakoyi party chairman and all that no. Then after that we will now go and get the flag bearer of the party. And you know, at this point ye nyina emi say ye beka ye ho abom ni abom pa ni aye adwumaden se ne be ya no matter who we present as your flag bearer no because of adwumaden a ya yesesi a atu honti no Ghanaians will buy the person.
Sure.
The party should be such that whether we bring Abigail or we bring Bobie, people will not look at mainly personality na eba ejina as the flag bearer, but the Juma party etimi aye. When people see that it is a collective effort, omunim say no NDC for there omoba enye nipa baako ene mani ye enye nipa baako na tina Flagstaff ka say mempene, and then it means that eno ano no na mum eye exactly coming together no na adwen no aka bom na aba etimi amasa adie na si enti no se ukoyi nipa baako so no nti na okwa akoya you may be failing, but if you take the whole party na then it means that you are winning, and that is where me pese party fo nyina de adwen kosi, because edia obobo ye nyina there are people personally I've worked with. And I can tell you, say, you're excellent. From
General Haruna, Dr. Julius, Atofosen, Wadako, Erikopoku, Amabua,
most of them, and I can tell you, say, giving the mandate, Omumu Bia, Ebeye Jumadin, I'm making sure, say, Ghana, according him. And I know that deep down, all of them, Omakume Mono. Sure. And they just need the vehicle that will carry them to come and do what they want to do to make Ghana go forward. And you know, yansha party no, se party no, and ya no. What I say, yaba power 8 just about 8 months. No, 9 months.
9 months.
Yaba power. It's too early for us to be looking at those things.
Obofu ya makai. Na say grassroots no nkomo bia hudi omo say omo bam ho be pe bia is too early mo so mo agimo de early the early brain na chain early bi
kana early ni bi chain bi
esa early ni bi chain
omo nya boche oba baby to say meme hoya kwabna very terrible very terrible enti no se me oba na me catch you say too earlier e was so timase say too early
mo say binum early na early if you early no nya early na early bi anche early bi. Anyway, so let's go straight to Maslock. Honorable, tell us Maslock state bay na beto Maslock open up with
so
Ghanaians.
Maslock me buy Maslock no. I can tell you account of Maslock na 000.
Oh. Oh.
But not in through any fault of theirs, because usually the Martin say abayin bi efufro abayin fiso na fufro ba usually for because ye ni CEO bi awo ho ye ni deputy bi awo ho ye ni obi awo ho nti no omo sweepy state institutions no they say Maslock ne other state institutions you sweep more account so that omo ka we honom no omo misuse funds na e wo honom no but I can tell you that
no but so all started the new government did take over now so your appointments are say sika na omo sweep here omo nsa kan back.
Okay, so yeah, in our case no the omo refunded 1.2 NMI from what was swept.
But on your hand over notes.
Yes, I do.
And reflectis canwa about back to my accounts no.
And ben no dey say nyodia. It's na abansika me honom no. The thing is that aban na sika na ma. It is aban asan ba be first.
It's our money. Abayin bia ni sika, it's our money. So we want to know that if that is the system, because the reason why maybe say yes sir, then we need to rise up and speak. Say ya to abayi abayin bia o na lose. You see a super account on say ya omo no misuse no. So when there is a new administration in place, they return the money. Is the exact quantum yeah, almost super quiet and say buy and I say buy and maybe a free which is which
Ubisa CEO bia ebi mu kra de omonsanka omo de kra nti me kra I'm lucky say me kebi ebi mu.
But is it a good practice?
It's not really. It's like you are starting afresh.
Into the acquire anyway. Where is that money?
Into say ombema allocation for the year. Into new allocation never ban you start afresh with it.
So the old allocation scan away.
I say no idea.
Why idea?
Yeah, behind there. Into
no, it's for
so
us.
You see,
so which means you are in the name of the government. The politicians steal us.
Oh no! It's not like in the name of the government. We are not getting what I'm saying.
Okay.
So government be effiso. Another government aba. In fact, there is actually a change of political party. So in the interest of the state, Senebe Sika will not be misused.
Agreed.
That money is called back into government chest.
Agreed.
So if it goes back to government chest, in fact, my intel tells me that some of these were part of even the monies that were used to haircuts. Haircuts ne course no. It was part of these monies are recalling from the various state institutions. No, that was what was able to help for them to settle some of them. So
which means
it's not like
which means the previous CEO the current CEO
there is record on it.
Exactly, that is what
there is record on it. Handing over notes shows that this is the amount of money that is. In fact, when I came, I was given all the Maslock bank accounts.
Okay.
Na ewo accounts BM. And if we are doing your friend is saying auditor, I can say as at this month, as at I took over on the 16th of February.
Okay.
16th of February. So I can say as at 16th of February, no, even though our account was 00, no, this was what was supposed to be in. And then this is how much government has refunded to us. And this is what was still left with government.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's one. The records are there. It's not like wafasikana any information about it, because if you want a reversal of that, you would have to go through another process, right to controller, right to Ministry of Finance, Juma and the Chief of Staff. You have to write through the Chief of Staff to these institutions for you to get your monies back.
But would this process need to?
Oh no. Tough. I think it's fair, just to make sure even sikanum ponso aba wonso no, you will not misuse it.
Okay.
So it goes through a certain process to make sure that there are the checks and balances ebema wetimi I accountable to the system.
Okay, but Mami Musa, so you have dealt with the financial status of Maslock, but that is not the only thing we are looking at.
So
infrastructure, work, and all that.
Infrastructure wise, the only thing we can boast of as Maslock, 19 years, officer work cantonment. Most of the offices that we have in the regions, any districts, no, me fan say ABA RCC, Greater Accra say Nansiana, many minister kokasa, yapane chon wama ye baby or RCC. On so my movie aba new building bimo. Until we went to talk to them, and no mama ye one office, like some, I think 2 or 3 offices.
Okay.
Were the old RCC into a regional office. However, we've also again arranged with minister and wasama another place from PWD. So in PWD into a zonal office.
Okay.
So that is the kind of arrangements I've had with most of the ministers and then MMDCs. I did my national tour when I took over, MC for Nkoko, Honorable Tamimu. In fact, we're renovating a very nice office. In fact, the place was very bad, but it was not our office though. We didn't really have an office there. And I said, no, he has to get us an office. We're renovating the AC. There are other places in so I acquire any MCs near Makasa. They are trying to work on it for us.
So we take you over no any improvement in 8 years that you can point like okay, so
no
way the dance say at least there was an improvement.
No, In fact, even when it comes to vehicles, it's captured in our audit report. May trend that maybe public accounts be fair so that they will see what happened. Car, yet a Land Cruiser at 40,000.
Auctioning?
Yes.
40,000?
Yes, Land Cruiser. Yet Ford Ranger at 12,000.
Maybe depending on car
and audit report says that it didn't go through the right process. It didn't go through the right process for it to be.
Land Cruiser, yes, 40,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
V8.
Yes, 40,000.
Now we have diesel. Papa Nubia. Kamina Nubia.
You know, Papa, a lot of things have not really gone well. And I say, since I came to say my head office, say me meetings with my staff, like every department, and we are before I come here, and I'm me credit department. In fact, credit department, we are the engine of Maslow because of the and I had a meeting with them, and they'll tell you, they told me straight in the face, as at 2016, near recovery rate about 62%.
I see.
Yes. In the last 8 years, you're dropping to less than 30%.
I didn't, yeah.
So, yeah, the loans nemawa. When we give loans as Maslock, you have a grace period, one month. Yeah, ma scanner 1 month then the following month. Now I start a payment because we assume say after near this can amount into the following month you can see brabetia a juma ben na wire
bet me the returns number
into near some another month now there no aye a juma now baba betia na usually into anka after that month there was a follow up na ye koko gigi scan start see a gigi scan. But what they themselves are saying is that utimi fro bi se obejiska obeji repayment na when you call why na catch us ko
during the previous administration.
Yes. Why na catch us ko fi hobetna office. So it went on and on and on so that people will not pay for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and a whole year nani pano or near repayment. And they say I disposed of one vehicle. It was in the name of Charles Bisu.
Ah.
Yes, Charles Bisu. Obeje car no. And they na me dispose the car no off. Obeje car no. I think he did a 9,100 deposit. That is 10% of the amount, and then they spread the rest for him to pay. Ochia sa na 9,100 no kra. Jombo du ne chia ma awomo. Jombo du chia 9,100 ne ma ni wiye no. When chia 1 peso abium. 1 peso asi when chia bium. Baro be hwe de wa ye car na o de abesi honom na.
To akọ use car no de ababesi.
Yes.
Any offense.
It's an offense. Obi wo northeast region. In the whole wale omu nyina omu nim say oye your former vice president nimia. Ono ye ba ya no de car ni besi ho. O say o ka kire me regional women organizer so ono o de car no de atoni die mienu.
We twika no condemn.
Nti o de ya de abrey.
But a offense.
Of course.
So what are you doing?
And so that's what you see. The unfortunate thing for me is that on my own, I am unable to pursue some of these legal cases.
Why?
I was saying Medefa Attorney General.
But more legal department.
Yeah, we have a legal department.
So which means they can pursue it on behalf of Maslow. The legal
department processes everything and then takes it to Attorney General.
And are you guys doing that?
Oh, of course. Oh, me buy kwabena apart from the legal aspects are oma jiji sika omo your friend is saying Bonzike or whatever.
Bonzike. MPP ni.
MPP former DC. Oje checks about 33 checks in the name of groups.
From
Maslock. A year ready, almost friend on the checks na man. Offer beneficiaries list or the buyer. Offer be or say I mean yes. Omo betro me din. Woman see omo bema misika. But mensanka eskane. Up till now, offer na unyano.
How much involved?
About let's say roughly about 660,000.
Hey.
660,000. Nancy mo me call my sister station bi and I me kasa about a similar situation with Madam Katrina Feku.
Sure.
Yes, so she came to my office and she came to explain what happened, but still it still doesn't clear the fact that some checks were issued based on your guarantorship, your recommendation, and then those checks have gone bad. Or no, in her case, no see nipa no mo di checks na man no wewu.
Abuaje edem.
Na obia. Na obia di adanse ya say abrantie na bras a checks ne ba ye no. Of ayere foforo. O ware another wife or toka teacher ni. So I asked at that point, what did you do about it? I say, oh no, a constituency secretary, no, there was no way. So you see, during their 8 years, no, it made Maslock like a tool na yede reward
party
for forgetting about the fact that Maslock had a mandate also as a corporate institution. I say yes, yen nyina politicians. Kwabena me nka say me party for eba Maslock na opportunity no wo hwa me mfa mom. I'll do it.
Yes.
But then your party there no also look at the corporate side. Obe balance mienu ni nyina se ne be ya. After all say party for no so mo ye Ghana for. Enti se wo de ma party ni a o make sure say party no time ni do na wo say otwia na obedi achire no wetua the person will pay because one obi ma me example bi ene say yenfa ne say majibosia wo GCB ene majibosia wo ADB ADB for de bia o mo ba meso madam untua usika no me pa chotua commercial bank for mo ja me pa ma me pa na me ko me pa me nko ube hu say ADB for de no ebedru time e wo say metua wie ni metua wie na commercial bank de ne ha so if you don't pursue the people, if you don't pursue them, you would end up losing that corporate bit of it no into be hu na party de no a override corporate part of it and that is what has happened in the last 8 years.
I'll come back to it, but Bobie raise the issue be say two things. The one no the death certificate on family baby we a hospital no omo ko gene death certificate in family you who see we na so tiasia omo see no kokoje and omo say can also they also were disposed no. So how are you going to get evidence against if the government decides to?
So what we do is that once you see we can't lose in totality. We can't lose as an institution in totality. And you know what we do is that ye seize car na usually ye ma asset in particular na ye seize ye ma a period of time it be a month ye ma consistent reminder e was say oba betua e was say oba betua e was say oba betua. So if we are not getting anything from you, STC babe evaluation my then that gives us the go ahead to at least yen recover bibi kakra.
Yes.
Yes say car ni be si ho na e be say totally.
Okay.
You know, there are still people that need cars to work. People, amount for young guys are almost pay cars bidiaye Uber ni adie, almost pay bidiaye taxi ni adie. Until once STC comes to do the valuation, then we can now reassign it. however the record is there enti emre omo ye
some reassigning the nipa no akotwi or the abeso no afa ne ho adi
onfa ne ho di the record is there, it's in your name o kana ode no eda ho and per the contract you sign with Maslock, the contract is that o default here ye beji ye asset no efi but it doesn't take away the fact that so that debt is still in your name hanging even though you are a property. That is the contract you sign with us.
More kwabena mfa so recover more debt.
Yeah. Okay.
Not assets, debt. So be the car process.
So o be fill your forms na o the guarantor eba. And I say well omo buy no omo the collateral and a buy. But I have decided that you see the collateral nipa ne the collateral neba ebi a car no they have as collateral. Most of them they don't even do effect the change of ownership. In Jube who not their core baby say oh the papers or the papers na bro but when effect change of ownership into your car papers ayera ni aye fofora man and at the time you have to hold on to the asset na nipa no dia be collateral no obekọ na asset no eni ho na document na wo kita na kra no it is not the original because wasan kwa akoye fofora or dey atoso aye bia waton. Let me give you an example na say abawe bia ono so yera dwomboedu na edi ani ma ye je ka ema no
asembe kra
ono so otua deposit no ema ne saa otua deposit ni ma ga ni wie no and it was on humanitarian grounds because I say abawa no enye adwuma ne ma me your women organizer ase oyare ma me na yare dada minti no onje ka no na oma wo mfanye adwuma onu betua initial deposit na ma nti wa betua deposit no abawa ya jekei unim sa abawa na ton ka no we can pay the amobi
woko
enti na nse an ye che ka no.
Oh, okay, so more records.
Oh, yes, ya check no. Ya check na my friend nam catch and said, this is it, into my check no. No, see, answer what check no, dear, would ye, wo property na waje, into a branch here now or talk no, only need any business. And I'm like, yes, okay, your records, ma, ya ni a branch any business. Lady no, any no business. Onchia yeka, but on wako akoton, na mi bisa ni pa na say, or the papers be ma wana, or say one fa papers be na so e dey nti no bi fa papers ma ono say e work and pay. Nti ono no ye de ka na ma no
ye de ma no o work here or the co pay wa hin.
Nti no instead say nipa no e betua ne kana like bosomi ananse weekly no oba be ye sales ne mana e wo san ko te Maslock de e de breye sanya be ya saa sika no na eso e ti wo ye ho no ono oje a no wadi another thing that has happened obehu a list groups yes ye group loans na we hu list 10 e bia nipa 25 yes am obi 5,000 2,000 obe frɛ nipa ba ko mienu miensa oh ai ya de mai me de omo jimi din ba ya mfa amame enti no the group is there nipa 25 sika no akwakofi nipa ba ko ho wa jisika no but one chairman ko for
more records a chese Maslock obi adem prison da e was ani manama we hu
since I came in who be sir but my time media I can assure you maybe we would have something like that soon.
Because I am since Ghana found a man for any man but found
Nancy matro hun krata akoma yera honorable Alban Bagbin
speaker.
Yes. I say one of the leaders in parliament in parliament ne constituency chairman in fact ono na ni din wo niema no so na be frɛ ni bia o se ko bisa honorable enti one day me ka chom se omo mfa ne number embre me na me mfrɛ no
MPP constituency chairman
and
Oh, mubusa no.
Osi yenko bisa ne former sese onya chairman ya tu na ade so. Enti yenko bisa ne MP. Yenko bisa ne MP. Timi bisa ne say what really happened. No sure no do wo as chairman. Ana ne MP friend no say ombra maslok. No mbeji sika bi na ombe chichema ema no. Eno ano nti ono no on the smafo. Enti if we have any issues sir.
The point is,
I've written officially.
So which means Maslock no the running state down.
So that is what I feel. That is what was done in the past.
It's your institution, so we cannot generate because politics. These are the realities.
That was done in the past.
These are the realities.
If you check what is happening, me and my staff Nancy, if you check it the ecosystem, they will tell you me we end this in the crown about me and I'm afraid with a down cow. This is for my baby junior man and say, me down come out cry. Oh, baby, raw. MP back. Me dina me wa na your friend so I bet you any Kenya MP for your friend say okay ono kro MPP ni asen South ana so for no team for Joe
ma bet you
200,000 cash
ma me bi wo mampon na otomba ire no di free wa oso on the obeda wo ka wa bre nsuo to ade oso ntimi nsimu nwane wo jina won chance na se
I'm giving you the reason that NDC for kra omo wo mu kra no metata o enti wo MPP ni no you don't have an excuse.
But the state we are beto Maslock no previous and also predecessors more discussing how they left the place.
I have had a meeting with
I think your own sister
Sedi.
No,
the previous Abibata.
Oh, okay. If you could only one no ejuma.
No, a deputy.
And sticker.
Na sticker is CEO. And Abibata na immediate.
Oh, okay. Abibata the be sticker. All right, but
in your no na enya engagement. We've had a discussion and all that. And also the challenges. But I believe that despite all the challenges, no, if you are a leader, you will say we firm, no matter the politics that come with it. But if it means to say, for the sake of that change.
But with this sika could it be so Maslock the point is that a CEO of Maslock can be cited for causing financial loss to the state.
See that. So man, jelly. In fact, there's one person in jail at this point, and or when someone as we speak.
That's a Sedna mission, no.
Ne director of operations, and even with him. I've had engagements with him to understand. Knowing that we are jelu obida more than day. Enti gradual kwabena gradual enche obeti Maslock enka enche obeti Maslock enka because omo binu momo bakra no omo san be complicate omo. So I tell them that there was no need for you to come. Because asema oba ye wa beka no. Asan ama issue no aye and NSA obi issue check almost 150,000. Oje ye bas. Ontua we.
Wow.
Last 2 weeks any year publication say on the 30th after 30th you better take illegal actions. You be retrieve your assets. Or the car would come after you. Yeah, because you see, we've done that publication. Send your beya, you start here, or be en kase, ya massa information. It was in the Daily Graphic, it was on even more news, Ecovai. So we've brought it out. Or be who say on the 30th, last day. So today, Obi Babitria, almost 150,000. It's sad, but me call round. There's somebody a man of 500,000. Ahafu. Also the year on say we support farmers as well.
Okay.
Into farming. He's into piggery. Into man 500,000, and then so when we go to Ahafu, and I'm saying no, it's important say obia sika akono ho supporting the business no. Yenko hwe senia the business no
performing.
So that ebe guide yen into your next phase ye be ye frɛ papa no si oni ho wetu kwan na msi o se wetu kwan a se business ne de wo ho nti kyerɛ ye ne yenko hwe ho se ne na obe kyerɛ ye ho a which means that we disikano Eastern Regional Chairman, MPP, 500,000.
Hi.
500,000.
Hi. Hey, honorable Akando tie wasre. Hi.
Kaje kwa mnase michia.
Honorable CEO so chiao. Eastern Regional Chairman.
MPP, yeah.
Why don't know?
Your friend no.
And you're watching?
There be Ofia from Plains. It
is an old with interest, and I say,
oh yeah, and you see the painful part is that must look your interest there 1% though. Governor, 1%.
And you see regional chairman or MPP chairman always is here.
Oh, me region for no enemy delay by a man up to end it, a man up to 30th. So if we don't hear from him by the 30th, you take your action. I don't think say obi abe blame me.
Why 500,000, 5 billion.
Yeah. Your friend is saying Western North, Seshi side ho. On there ye call ya no no so there or start so o tuatua nkakra akakakra no awie. Nti ono de ne ho son.
Na na kwese se akwa no a mokɔhwɛ no a business no oni ni nyina tukwae.
On a business you see, it's terrible what we've come to see, we've come to meet. But the assurance I'm a person with them obiane say japade maslock no. You see a boy enti say oshena egua. It means that someone ain't mean baby more. But unim kwabena there are microphones so must look etimi abua wo.
Really?
Oh yes. I have a lot of stories I can tell. Your what documentaries omo must look etimi abua mo business. Mo business no archive. So you see what we do is that you foul at a certain level. Then we support you. That is what it's supposed to be. You support it to a certain level. You drew honoma. See, we are dealing with unbanked. Into obia ontimi MBA bank account. Obia wonono ontimi nko bank enko jebosia. They are the people we are dealing with. So once we raise you to a certain level, utimi ko bank ekoko jebosia. Bank ebetimi abua wono. Then we leave you at that level. Then we take another person. I can give you a lot of stories. Even these fisher folks. Omo yebua omo with omo machine omo de kopui. Outboard motor. Ena omo emana omo honam no. Ya ye we no edi amom one ya mom ska ka ho. Omo team omo de honam no. And they were doing well. Nancy bi a ye pese ye ne Mef we are looking at omo ye salt Elmina side honor, how we can support them so that they would be able to produce it in quantities, expand it. Salt now they want us to help them. So these are the things that we are expected to do as an institution. But it is mixing the politics with it, no.
Yes.
yentimi nkɔgye sika
we generate any income.
We don't have any income apart from the 1% na that sika no so na 1% no eba as you can say o de behwe the running of the business in the year.
So it means ho no abaye source ya hwe ni ya ho no timi nom o mining sika mo.
Exactly.
Because of
that is udi obi kokoto ho na nipa no anye diligent enough to say apart from the fact that I was saying me politics no, I have to look at also it's a business, a center. Yeah, try say ye be buankrofo. Sikana is supposed to be a revolving fund. Enti se me de ma adwoa ene. Na adwoa ba betua. Adwoa de na wachia wie na wose mitime de ma ama. Enti sa adwoa betua pe na che se amanso nya bi. That is just the situation of Maslock. And you see ye nyina yeti hoi. Me sure say baby wo ho a udi sika egu de bia. I am not angry with government. Since I came, I've not received any money from government.
I see.
Yes, I've not. This year, I didn't get any budget allocation. Why? But we are running the place.
Why?
And
why?
I don't fault government because kwamna say udisika egu adiemu. And I say udisika she adiebimu.
Ne
enyunuko. Kwa na eko. I can give you a typical example. Jessica mfi international NGOs this no.
Okay.
Nancy Anna chief of staff amayesa 2 minutes say we can go into partnerships and then try to raise funds for Maslock. But AFDB Bank decided to go into some with Maslock. In fact, as we speak, omo boye send ye a digital system for all our operations in Maslock. It is being sponsored by AFDB.
I see.
They are doing that for us. But as part of it, a certain portion of a loan, you pay disbursement for your clients. Just about 300,000, 300 and something thousand. Unim say scanner mo de ma Maslock no. Ye chewo enkromi ensape.
Asa.
Enkromi ensane ye asokwa.
Kumasi asokwa.
Yendi. Ena dambai. Sankromi ensan we pe. En ye che sika no. Unim di entia.
Demi.
Ye former deputy CEO or contested with dambai. Inti okokacha omsi ye bre musika. Munji. Yenji bium. Meanwhile, that was not Maslock's money.
That is
AFDB sika on the aba.
MPP
yes,
all contested.
MPP nina no wo ho na na all contested wo dambai no. Yes, okokacha omse o mama mo ho ntua. Asokwa dia ni de say wa unim say kumase. Omsi o yanka ntwe obi anka ncha ni so obetua.
Na why na de go?
And Maslock na de ko e.
Steka ni conference na fa. Asokwa ka the conference no. Enga on.
That's na nya steka na ye. Ba na no so ba ku bi wo ho a asokwa. Na former CEO ankasa nso no so okoye ndi.
Abibata.
Yes. Enti wo if you don't look at the broader picture, enti we nanke ba ye no. Yes, nipa 100 impo na mode ma. You look at the fact that okay, yes, I'm CEO. I was saying me benefit, but don't let everything go to me money yes so obvious say oh sisa ni nyina de akọ krom. At least spread it. Say 20 bi na de be call na de call no wa hwe other areas na manfo nso a benefit.
So which means honorable yes any resources we have it but the way we use it, the usage, that is where the problem is.
That's the problem. That's the problem. As we speak, Maslock, sika ewo ekemu. The last time I gave the figure $430 million.
KTM asokwa ada kumasi asokwa da okay.
No. Adanse
asokwa KTM. Just stick out. Okay, them guys are Kumasi Asokwa.
Stick out on Ukrainian time here.
Yeah. Katie Amo. And I say Kumasi Asokwa the mama part.
Exactly. Benye Kumasi Asokwa.
Yeah, dance Asokwa. Katie Amo.
So that is the situation we have. But like I keep saying, ye bar office no. President Mahama Ebisa say ye ko CEO's summit and Obisa ye say because they painted the picture. It's not like government doesn't know the picture at Maslock. They know. Maslock, your picture is very terrible. And Obisa upon seeing all this, ye nyina nyamenkwa. Do you still want to take the position as CEO?
Really?
Yes. Obisa I say wow feel say wuntimi no. Jato. And no CEO said say one yet. And I also didn't say mean to me yet.
Yeah.
It means that now the onus lies on me. Say it was say story na e wo ho no. Me dane no. Na me make sure say ene sa narrative no embambe yes abium. And as we speak, we've developed our 5-year plan. 5-year strategic plan.
What I can do, say, how do you intend to expand?
With the help of my board, I have a fantastic board. My board chairman is a forward man. He's just a fantastic person. And Oma Boame, in fact, Oma Baye na me the documents nature no. They've gone through it. Ya baby I was say ya de share, I share na. And then very soon the board will meet again and then they would approve it for us. It includes a lot that we want to do, even building the headquarters. You see a proper building because by your horses here, you need space.
I see.
You need space, yeah. And we are looking at doing getting regional offices and then district offices as well. So there's a lot that we want to do in the coming years, and hopefully with the support of government and with the support of the media and everybody, I believe
listen to a swam and that's or say congrats anyway or ciao. Also on the baby I had no yakwa the business in there to quite say you shall quite be
only business
but one of Mami Musa quite better more fast I expanded a year more Juma because normally what we hear is that about we bow on and crop for Ghana for now to Abama for the first time, 57% and better. So which means there are people even they were not NDC. But
what to say a month for a office and then they especially during the MPP time. Omoba no NDC now or I be pamo. Yeah, just say space cry now. I have situations like that in Maslock. I will be a regional manager. Abra MPP taking over. You taking over near Tunakoto Northern Region as recovery manager. Recovery manager only Dex only she Tune namwa wa obra. But as we speak, they can tell you Mempamo Obia since I came. There was just one gentleman. No. It was not just a say a staff of Maslock. Obetna social media. No we did president at them. And unfortunately for him, we work under the office of the president. You can express your view on things that are happening that you think are not right. But say who did not them. I know dear. I don't think say mean to me so cry to be like me encourage sa subaino say ubetimi edidi president atem even if you are a staff of Maslock and it's not something that I made him go through the process.
It's the same NDC for now by no ya to be atwene ha no ya to be atwene no a say wo so no say CIC wo so no and they say wo so no. The na kura de say
and na men so my idea was say me
because this one feel say anytime you guys are in power more nationalistic mask.
Yeah, obi can say me be chair. O say de bia NDC ye ba power. Ni abeboa niema anu egu ho. No mine no is in a good shape. Ye fi ho a na ebinom aba beskata no. Omo skata ni esan ba. Ni asan ba be ye ni yie na ya ye ni yie omo ba because you say
my say send message me also so ani mu NDC no as always keep them there and keep those who help the party members out on be chere last minute so these are the sentiments.
Oh no, you see it's not about keep them there what you say it's about the fact that nipa no emra e wo man ni mu the person is a staff
no omo usumra.
But say omo yusu mrano that is where we should understand omo yusu emrano and nti na Ghana for who say no enkofo we they don't deserve to rule Ghana again.
Okay.
Enti enye 57% of Ghanaians believe say the way a omo bu ye no omo mbu ni ye because obi wo a o ye NDC ni ba ne papa ye MPP ni ne mama ye NDC ni ne papa ye MPP ni enti no opamu ono akwala na ne mami MPP ni na o support wo party no onye aduane ndi ne papa NDC no nso onye aduane na no akwala no MPP ni no nso onye aduane ndi
to me say the money breba so
omo de beba also you get it so if you also take over you shouldn't do what are omo ye Ghana for feel say omo anye ni ye ni nti omo pa mo fi ade so no e was say o take a balance now making sure say as much as you are not toeing to the line of the opponent, you are also trying to satisfy a party for now. Almost support abai no. Almost ye Ghana for. That is where I always want to draw the line. That yes, ye party for keke. Almost ye Ghana for. And this ye ma Ghana for ejuma, ye ma Ghana for loans, ye ma Ghana for cars. Di be ye ejuma. Why NDC niya? Almost ye Ghana into onye bia. It is okay. So for me, it is not like ye bibia. But so kwabranso unim say ye bibia so na ye betimi atma ene yaka. But we are doing our best. I can tell you, those who have come to see me, party for mabehu me, omo muni mi abedi nkomo and all that, they will tell you say me intimi so of 100% cry. I try as much as possible to come midway.
Obi send message say ma adwadifo no na ya mo focus no ewo.
Yeah.
Now normally you see na adwuma ni gina nkran Kumase but Maslock ko hinterland so that issue
back kwabena hwe MPP aban omo ma busia ni bi wo hinterland. I can tell you as we speak me chasing krofo bi wo Savannah region omo executives na ka cho mo se memo mu ntua. Yes, and then there's a group of people omo no o hwehwe mo kra nwe mu no mo wanhwe ya kwa ya so mu nyina ya fulani fo no mo no from se ko Samira office na ko biso kokoje brom.
You don't mean it.
I'm telling you se omo de second lady na edis kana mo ene yanka nchom so mbetua o be fro nti omo boa me so me boa. But that is what they will tell you.
Oh, Ghana.
My the regional manager 2 lines who say Savannah region. Obeka North East the bobo. It's sad, but Achianzo mbuye. Achia mbuye.
Oh, maka you see Madame whom you say Achianzo mbuye or say esnakasa bibu nyina. We had the idea of my side of the so because I'm just wondering the quantum of money across those places.
So that that's what I've told you. That's what I've told you. As we speak, you see car a walk kem ankene ekitayen. You bet me dia ye juma amagana ma markets on watom 430 million Ghana cedis.
Hey.
430 million Ghana cedis. Banyami adom ye baye ye jejene nkakra. Me fan say so far since February till now I've recovered about 9 million.
Still do.
Me do 10% impo ye. Me do 10%.
Oba recommend say money police service be juma na mo no mo ye juma and also private debt recovery.
We have started a process. Yeah, share how that process will go. Into na make us say nyame ya adoma if the 1st of October air corner ye be danka. Until you started our process no. You start immediately I took over no ye national security Eliezer and ye share and national security has been very helpful to us.
Okay.
The yajiji so far no. Most me wo na national security operative for frame o ma cheka wo sunyan o ma cheka wa ha o ma cheka and they've been very very helpful to us. The next phase is what we are going into, where we are liaising with the police, the military, everybody. She mami bi kwabena mami bi wo Jowlu Junction. Fiesta Royal. Fiesta Royal. Perez opposite. Or ton ediane wo honom. Nyankasa mi tu me car eko. Kacha mi say o allocation here de man. Masro car na ye de amano no. O say allocation here de man. My officers call her friend Langas be gu omoso.
Hey.
Yes, I'm telling you. Ain't you know? But so the next phase, no, like I've said, no. ASA, we are liaising with security operatives to help us. Yebeye no so ni ahwe eno so results. Once we get that result and I said the effect, we check and see which one is better. Then there's also the proposal to look at private debt collectors.
Okay.
Omubejiji saskeibi amaye. So we are looking at it. I have a lot of MPs omudin on my list, so and it runs across NDC form, NPP form, NDC for count. That's one I have written officially to the Speaker of Parliament, and I'm doing more details in ama send a speaker, because when we start
the media phone be edi oho
bebre kwa and musicians from a presidents.
How life for now ombo reggae?
Omunyina. She say Bray bibi bill. Me feeding ni nyina. Say somewhere.
Bila some oyata.
Former musical president.
Kwakubo.
Yes.
Kwakubo bo hame. Obo hame dodo.
Oh, TikTok money now.
Hey.
It's sad though. It's sad. If I tell you what's nothing now share your money bia. Untimi imagine how, because obi wo hwa wo hwe a car did that honum na enye sike bia ontimi ntua
na otonyom what mpacho obi anka dine somewhere
men kan na somewhere
obi anka dine somewhere
you na somewhere mesrom
entino so obonyuma na se wo Accra FM so wo Joy FM so di obejis kana koto microphone na so obejis kano e di akoto konsu na se
most of them the ne say omoje cars bebre na ye cars no omoje say ebia omodi ye Uber. Most of them cars and ketwa so you say your cars na ye ketwa.
Yes.
Ye Uber ebe ye adwuma nkakra e di ama no. O nan say kra de ye actors mpanifo ne baako. Me driver and who no wo kwa mu ye gina no kra fe na se ne aye mobo no or say obeba office no aba betua and yes you yate
na asofo no bi so
menya hu sofo bi aye
omo de se de si ba no
fojo de pen mahu
osofo ntim fojo
bo no so aba be redeem ne de wa betua
asemo enkrofo de ba ai na patapa patapa si yo patapa mo yonkoro no wasi wo patapa si wo
ni din ankasa o use
every omo go kasa mechanipa na media for the idea oboba omo ma won si omo platform so bi o.
So one of the things we are going to do from 1st October is you be publishing names no.
Problem o.
You be publishing names no from 1st October.
Asoja forum.
Me hum police ni mi nya.
Wom de be bia wom daje. Be bia cruiseway. Oh.
Me hum police ni.
Oh, everywhere.
Me hum soja ni e.
Ya go for way. It's a police ni pa no tie no so we do frupo so ye die yo. I so mo ba ho.
Ai. Ba kokra de meji ye amfa ma no biom because ye hwa nya de obetua.
Fire service room. Yeah.
Fire phone. Soja phone na mi hu ye. Soja for the minyan hun soja ni bi adi wom, but MPs wom, former ministers, current ministers, ya ban mo ministers bi kran so wom.
Oh. Asem no ya case. Ya mpon e be ha adwene.
Enti ye be publish list no. Enche.
We dey
from 1st October.
Come on, kakra.
Sa.
Ya. Asem be ba na nye. Asibe be pie program no.
1st October you be publish a list no.
Na say na 20 say.
Na 29th. Inti ejo wukwada
problem about
yawada. Yeah, the list ne be out because that we said say we will do it, and I think that as a leader, if you say you do something and you don't do it, then ema ekoyete said ye onye effective. Inti no. Ya more sa grace period no ya ye enough announcements and they say o platform a very big platform and I'm saying it here into your be 8 year unim BBC wo Upper West region me deputy baako ofi Upper West into ye publication no oye oka ade no wo omkrom kasam on their radio station a radio station na eko very far. The next morning my regional manager frame me obisa me say madam adan de na esi na me say di asem o say ni pass line won the office bisa me pacho me din wo mu ana omo behwe say omo din wo ho say mostly MPP for no omo behwe say omo din wo ho say omo de car na so omo din wo ho na omo de car na omo ntua because omo gidi say bia ye betimi di omo din akwa gisika ye mfa mo. Enti no unya sure say bia wa beji maslock facility bi unya sure say we udin wo mu ana say udin ni mu a if you get to us ukoye regional offices ni bia omo be check ama udin wo mu ana quietly wetua utua asem bia ni
bi but ECG ni bi di o cause how go for there if I get them say
we a special project me kwa check ya ma
say ECG ni
kwa check ya ma
me kwa disika no nka on na dwi mu aka che so de ada de yeme no me yo bi atuaka ECG ni bi adi
me nyan camera but I'll check for you because ye bisa baby omedwuma and you see another thing is that Kwabena, some of them are so cruel.
Wow.
Very cruel to the extent say what je are buying property. Wa wunim say wunchi akan tracker eshekam. We to tracker
no to atwene.
Ebi mo wo ho a car no senya yenim say car ne te no wasesa car ne yebre.
But hello, that is thievery. It's a crofo way them samre. No, I'm not for both how. Trust me, the anger here, yes, I may try to make you swear they are coming on down. But and yes, behind this fool, the normal people coming on the page are so angry like Ghana, what is happening?
So it should tell you what has happened in the last 8 years. Maslock has been run like Obi charity That is what has happened for the past 8 years. it has not been run as a business. You're running Maslock as a business for the past 8 years. Because se utimi ko jisi kampo obi ho obi a wonye Ghana ni a foreign bank na obecheche man crofo na ka chom se memo muntua, then I don't know what you are doing.
Live at 100.5 Citizen Show. Me pacho obi abusa se Bobie Ansah di wo mu ana me no obi aka apart from bonsam nam de ka enso metwem half
ECG for ana
ECG for dia be se me no se kabako di wo mu a kama dru ni fie sesi a na bonsam nam de ka yekra na se metwa half na metwa half and ma se de bo se on to no boada me nyini no ababa baji se unyanyi ye etruhwe e carry the becha papa onugwa nam de ka anyway, but Elom, we are grateful for your time, and the situation our kacheni is so scary. Yes, senior empire now. Even the attempt to retrieve the money obia okresun some money nani abre woso because a card nkunu ukura na ho atono. And then Crawford we wish that you can use this time to prove a point.
We will.
That one day Ghana can, and we hope that the NDC will not repeat the same. That the NDC will go out of power, then you hear from another MPP person telling us any amount Bobie Ansah 500,000 Ghana, any amount we are 600,000 Ghana, but no problem. Any amount we also say we don't want to hear those things. We beg you.
It won't happen.
Yeah, that's what we say on here, Kasaine. Amen. All right, so that's it live at 100.5 and Memfa callers, but mama me just 5 minutes. Now me fan clear me adverts back from me bar. Yeah, ne callers ebe kasa. I mean, I say with the SM mama kabi at all costs. I'll be back.
Give us P capsules. A memory. Manum bia ye belemua. Kanin metutu ya na minkuma bo asese de. Betu esa kum menia G. Give us P capsules. Give it to me, baby. Give us core capsules so e. E man meme nyina akoko yade. Sisi yade amamanya yemtimu.
Scale global conflict, which had been its guiding purpose when it was founded in 1920 at the end of the First World War. Out of the 42 founding member states of the League of Nations, only 3 were African: Liberia, the Union of South Africa, and Ethiopia. Egypt was to join later in 1937. Africa's overall participation in the organization's founding was minimal and relatively unimportant. That's because before all the other talks and meetings, representatives from a group of 14 nations gathered in Berlin for a series of discussions that began in 1884 and which led to the partitioning and formal colonization of the African continent, which is also called the Scramble for Africa. It has famously been written that past is prologue. Well, in the past, the majority of the 54 nations that now comprise Africa were never offered a seat at the table where plans for a new world order were being drawn. But, Madam President, as fate would have it, the tables are turning, and Africa's role in the authorship of whatever is yet to come for this world is going to be huge, and it will be consequential. According to this organization's own projections, by the year 2050, more than 25% of the world's population is expected to come from the African continent. Additionally, by 2050, 1/3 of all young people aged between 15 to 24 will be residing on the African continent. So you see, the future of this world is African. Allow me to say this once again a little louder for those of you in the back. The future is African. Already today, Africa is a catalyst for human potential and development, as well as for economic reform and ecological stability. Africa is a catalyst for systemic change. If this reality, which is fact-based and straightforward, seems provocative or unsettling, Perhaps it's because you are viewing it through the lens of centuries of filters, colonialism and imperialism, and the resulting implicit bias. Maybe you are unaware of the resilience of African nations or their remarkable ability to make a strong comeback just when you think it's safe to count them out. That is what is happening right now in my own country, Ghana. Our constitution limits leaders to 2 4-year terms. In January, I was sworn in for a second term, which, let me point out, was non-consecutive with my first term. Our currency, the Ghana cedi, was rapidly depreciating, faced with rising inflation, a huge debt burden, and low morale amongst our citizens. My new administration settled down quickly and embarked on an ambitious program of comprehensive transformation designed to restructure Ghana's economic foundation and enhance our competitive standing globally. We refer to this process of recalibration as our reset agenda. In just 8 months, we have achieved significant reduction in inflation from 23.8% in December 2024 to 11.5% in August 2025, restoring price stability for our citizens. Additionally, our currency, the Ghana cedi, has appreciated considerably against other currencies, with Bloomberg reporting it as the best performing currency in the world at one point. Our improved sovereign credit rating reflects increasing investor confidence in our economy. And our 24-hour economy initiative promises to transform our economy. And there's a renewed willingness amongst our people to trust that their elected officials have Ghana's interests at heart and that we're progressing together. Madam President, I believe that in honor of this milestone celebration, the United Nations should also embark on a process of serious recalibration and establish its own reset agenda. Since the organization's founding, the number of UN member nations has nearly quadrupled. And quite frankly, it is not the same world that it was back then when the UN was formed. I mentioned earlier that I began my second non-consecutive term as president this past January. My first term ended in January 2017. In that span of time, 8 years, the world has changed with such ferocity. My first days in office after my return felt as though I had just awakened from a Rip Van Winkle-style sleep. Now, no, that was only after 8 years. Imagine then what it will be like after 80 years since the founding of the United Nations. In 1945, the sun had not yet set on the largest empire in history. The most common mode of international travel was by sea. The personal computer had not been invented, let alone made portable. And television, a new convenience, was still in its infancy, albeit in black and white color. Relations between the US and the Soviet Union were turning frosty, with Winston Churchill declaring that an iron curtain has descended across the European continent. Fast track 80 years on, in today's world, hundreds of thousands of commercial flights take off and land.
Finwa join here. Yeah, dim komo mefa be 2 3 be 5 callers be on this Maslock matter. 0302208090. Your thoughts here and we yendi komo. Hello.
Hello.
Yes sir.
Nana Kwame ni boy town.
Nana Kwame enko.
Unu msi obi afa godfather me the godmother na me fai.
Sir.
Me godmother na bekata.
Pacho enko.
Oboji mapa nyame shira no na onkoto ndeje. Na omo munya bi so mo tra anya de nkam. Na publishing this because when it's eno na bebu ama skana ma fu age no. Once they say bibia ya dane no political party. The nipa na the party was no skana onu mo say skana say dia cheno. You are brain when you want to person obi tiabi. No ye ne sa ebe den afofo so de enya biaje. Yes re obi ankotua. Then ebe ya afofo na omunya bi no mo so nsaka. Na men come on let mapa mobo.
Me da say ma men kofa another caller. Quick one. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Pacho Yango.
Where your home sense from Westland?
Okay, home sense Yango.
And Pacho would the batch me and Master Uncle Musa Dankwase. Mania was a general mosquito in this nation. Original election that will lose here. As far as politics is concerned.
Yeah, can't Maslow was intimidating in alcohol.
In a second, Maslow, Pesamisha Ghana football said, Obian well, and it's Bachina, Obegelino. Yes, because President Akufo-Addo or Shemra said a pre-bargaining. Because of that pre-bargaining, I had to be able to actually or move to. And at the same time, you were touch my back, I touch your back. And that's what hot. So I had then is football to actually or move back, which is the kind of word you go. No, my young person to say, or China, there's no tomorrow.
All right. Me da say, but me go for another caller. Hello. Pacho Majeso.
No watch it.
Pacho me o.
Pacho, I can operate an idea and the sick and should have been on the Jamaica.
Who was absent?
Because I can operate an idea.
Who was absent? Can operate a D. Maslow Hobi.
Pacho, I can't do back to the on the Jamaica.
I Jimmy Sam. I frato, I Jimmy Smith frato.
Omuji esika mai woni ho.
But ye be jiska.
Ya posi ho omuji mo fa mai man alone. Yes ngi ma desi e bra omuji no mo fa mai.
Yo mate. Ah, na kenu frata say waju wani so. Afa de ese masolo kunyina akwaji bi. Oh, sikari brinti eni ya ka o ka masolo kusika wono. Wo so wonye, obate brompa ya gusu.
Hello.
Aja majo e.
Aju ABC ni mi kaseti abede.
Yo
ya mascot. See we say ABC na kaseti no. Me din ye be ba beje fish, also of fish, short ni fish. It was me ba fi na me hwe na ABC na me kaseti.
Yo.
It ye be friends Sylvester K amo.
Yo.
Me can't and back count your bag. Bobie kaseti me ba me patrol. O fine. Na me ma bra me GC atan me time me nya zen. So obi aboa me up to date. It will say the Bawa on Boame.
Mate, oh, between young boy. Hello? Yes, sir. Young boy.
Pacho,
yeah.
Pacho, maybe Saturday. You didn't teach about
Pacho, or feeding in from Kakra.
Pacho, maybe Saturday.
Javan, what video in main tissue?
Hello.
Okay.
Pacho, you want?
Yeah.
Pacho, more call office. Omo bisa say omo din wo inu wana list ni wana might ben omo di call e kwa bisa me am tna enu se ni wo ye wo maslow office wo area on na se area ka sem we wo register na ma call say ni kwa bisa say ni din wo inu wana se ni ko di lo wo aden na o se ni ko bisa say ni di wo list ni wana masa mpacha de nu kan wo wada say
yes that's your opinion
is very bad I think omo call enu you see omo din ni manka. Let's just say they don't have a case to answer another one. It's very bad. Ghana for a dream then I did no more my name. But you have a phone boy.
Martin, that's him. I'm going for another caller. Quick one. Hello.
Hello, Commander.
Yes, sir. Pacholo machine kakra.
Hello, ni na be driving to Commander.
Yo.
Pacho. Yo, ya ma kata papa. Etisenia. Sebi. Omu ye ma inkopoli ye se omu tefe ma okomu ni omu mano. Sa ansu na sebi seke ye po yempo. Yo mama mana onu so ye wo. Enti no gya ya dia e betia. Dabi ye dia ba enye. Enti obi aba mama no me se practically. But saye dia no maye dia ni kai. Asa me dase.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir.
George watching the cashier.
Pacho Yanko George.
Bobie, Asamea, see you, Abakai. No more creamy, papa. And Bobie, media, the Messiah, and say, MPP, Edgy, Kabiman Tebi, Petu, and Wintino said, Dream be a coswo, Master Cornema. On phone na nkoko on semo so na to court because I get taxpayers money even when you say even parliamentarians are involved. Intimate panachopi. Or no dear, on form now cockroach. Now on recover your scar, am I?
Yeah, that's it. Another caller here. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Assembly, better than yet, me as over on the room animal. She carries a common for mom the year, you my almost one more time. Namping for my quack, one can say move to me no my back watching. It's a better than yes over on employment room. And that's it.
Yes, some more. Yes, some young for last to be done for me. Hello. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, dear.
Boko, chief.
You only am Mr. Lincoln.
Pachenko.
I go near Jamapa. Bobie, I'm deeply worried. Say, a giant crofway, or moody number, or moody castle on me. Look, the way these people do this country for the past 8 years. You see, already the Amatika now, all of a sudden, the dust has settled. We are not hearing anything again. What is happening? Look, the expectation of Ghanaians. People are negotiating to pay the money and work free. Hey! That was Ghana. And they say you have a floodgate for corruption. Because, Bobie, killing Crawford, killing Crawford in that vision. They are still negotiating now, Tony General. Those names should be published. Who negotiating there, they should pay the money and go free. They should publish their name. Why is the Attorney General not willing to do that? Hey, Bobie, this government I have sacrificed and they have bad power. We don't want to lose hope in President Mahama's administration. Look, these people, look at the way they treated Ghanaians, especially the big men in the NDC. People were going court on daily basis. For example, what's having they done to him? Yeah, Papa Yachukwesi was going to court on daily basis, and these people today they are crying. Look.
All right. My last caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hello, Bobie.
Yes, sir.
Na we are
Boko.
We udru go mo de rambon wa ni ko udru.
Patch of family quick one.
Yo, me da say. Me chia mo me so. Madam Abigail. Obo no mo de me kai na uganga ejuma ye ya. E say o ni bi obo no mo de that. O kan say me there na bredo no. Obe make sure there all what you send no. What over from the kwando. Me friend papa. One who wasn't papa because the kai kufo na brother. You people did this car. The mean you pan and the one share the miskano. I say what on. It is able to call the old archives in near Quaco the Yamani and near Chilling of Webman. Tell me the Ghana with my upon him. Tell me you were John Dramani Mama or can there you very sexy Ghana. Because on my Ghana, we will go we are 2 cities, 5 cities. It was now Akotun. No, we have over billions of cities. That means on a namwa. Next time I can Yakupon. That means you there, Obotumwaye. Yamin Sham for Papa.
Mr. Medas, happy birthday to you, Kwame Fuga. Minia Kwame Fuga, and birthday in Patch of Fatu Asimami. But Abigail, seconds. Utie, your callers, just 10 seconds. What do you have to say?
You, Kwame, the American say, Omunya Arishi Muse, ye beye diye. Na ya making sure say ye sika akemu de ye betimi agin na no ye beje ebi wo ha enipa ni bi ti say ye MPs ni bi a omo ewuwu ni ade ye ntimi nkonkoji wo asamando but then omo a omo ti ase wo say ye timi je baby a obi adin e wo say ye je no ye be make sure say ye age na maslo ka fa mento mapa efra
yeah that's it
it is all the car yesrew between enani echina
me for the ya fa mama
na yenya arrangement no one thing let me just add this obampo na oni ye betnasia yetimini wo ya arrangement for say ebia utua say na bosom bia wetua aha nti na nyesa wo ba ya na ye jiska ni nyina atego at least ye human institutions so we understand what is happening in the society yes romo omombra na ye ni omontena se na ye nhwese ne be ya ombetimi etua sika na
that's slavery. All right, okay, so minya Kwame Fuga Ashanti region NDC stalwart and then birthday, happy birthday to you Kwame Fuga. Oh that day anyway, so mame en nefa kamibia ya jumawura de no. Oh anyway, mame comment momo mensaka MTN Mensa Kajumedi no Muguswa. All right, so this is my very good friend and a brother Kwame Fuga and Kwame Fuga a birthday and Kwame baby I will be you know it bro for life. Yeah, yes also because Ashanti Regional Secretary, right? Okay, so that's Fuga for you. Thank you so much Fuga. Edrua we'll see. Yeah me pacho fa adwumawura no eto ha say mame nip CEO Miami Nua Eric J na Eric J say enkanche Ghana for say nyame ya domo a adwumawura program no be receive or beneficiaries a omo enya bibi from adwumawura program no Ombenya SMS and phone calls from Ene till Wednesday. So keep glued and congratulations to those who made it to 2025. Or say a mandatory onboarding for the selected beneficiaries in Greater Accra will receive messages held at the CD House, University of Ghana on 2nd October under the auspices of Her Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Jenano Poku. Nyame Adma on the 2nd October under a Jumera omo enya mfaso ewo honom frɛ no matriculation and onboarding of the Jumera program. Mo beneficiaries no nyame adma on the 2nd October mushia ewo CD House, University of Ghana, the CD House, University of Ghana. Pacho Monshano Mubenya course, so definitely you know what is happening. Momo Mensaka MTN Osinye Mensaka. Fahushembi Nebebwao. Loan investment, pensions, POS transactions, and other transactions. Nina say follow process no still Mensaka MTN Momo plan. Foundation was men cancer was say a year in boostable measure a year boost to immune system no na yare am ball and to opposed near drew yanwani in boost was men cancer when a say a asem de a flame condoms. I flame condoms. We use condom. We use condom. Correct one. We use condom. Use condom. Correct. Condom na ampai. Condom no dia ayam mesha. Condom no we use dia ayam smooth. Anyashibia this and that. The things you have koto. You know that thing. You know any flame condoms. So you flame condoms Emma game near there. Emma goose bem. What say ye with them? Tau. No near call. Go TV Simen Cancho say. A star 759 hash. Star 759 hash. Reconnect. Connect to Uma Go TV. Oh boy, and one about me a chair or subscription no. Now video wa connect or connect to who share European leagues. Papa, you're born in Spain, you're born in Italy, you're born ha. Na movie scene, namase. Shenya ma papa weniso. I Go TV. Obemo fia de. Ayesre. I am. Marcot Surgicals. wɔn so pe Kumase atasamanso nsase ɛhɔ no ɛyɛ prime area yeah nsase no sɛ wɔte Kumase atasamanso a ɛte sɛ bi ate Chado cantonment na wɔso pa asase no bi ɛyɛ Makot surgicals na ɛso hu ɔmo 100 by 100 200 by 200 200 by 100 meters ni nyinaa ɔmo ɛwɔ bi ɛwɔ hɔ yɛnkɔ ɛyɛ Makot surgicals from ɛwɔ 0244314310 adeɛ baako a Ghana foɔ nhyɛ ne nso ɛne sɛ ɔmo wɔ dan wɔ Kwame Nkrumah circle ope ɛyɛ shops anaasɛ office wɔ mu a ɔmbɛma the luckiest wobɛyɛ lucky no wadibi udibia na de omni say enter theluckiestafrica.com follow process no see enwa na boys no di o the luckiest ubedi di peche. All right, so that's it. Live Accra 100.5 Citizen Show and Ghana for na din komo but nyame adoma wochna ye mama special special revelation be me ba se sia me ba ubetimenka okay
of literature can exist on a small device small enough to fit inside your pocket. We live in a world of cryptocurrency, artificial intelligence, social media, the internet and its dark hidden dungeon of the dark web, all of which carry a potential threat to global peace and security. Climate change is real, and we're fighting a losing battle against the loss of Maldives and other island nations to the rising sea level, against the loss of Timbuktu to desertification and the Amazon forest to global warming and deforestation. Madam President, the UN Founding Charter is outdated when it comes to representation in this August Assembly. The most powerful post-World War II nations are still being rewarded with an almost totalitarian guardianship over the rest of the world. And yet, the first sentence in Chapter 2, Article 1 of the UN Charter declares that the organization is based on the principle of sovereign equality of all its members. If this were true, and was the case, a continent as large as Africa, with its numerous UN member states, would have at least one permanent seat on the Security Council. Furthermore, we believe that veto power should not be restricted to only 5 nations, nor should it be absolute. There must be a mechanism in this House for the General Assembly to challenge a veto. No single nation should be able to exercise an absolute veto to serve its own interests in a dispute. In 1995, during the 50th anniversary of the United Nations, Nelson Mandela stood in this very spot, and he said, the United Nations has to reassess its role, redefine its profile, and reshape its structures. It should truly reflect the diversity of our universe and ensure equity among the nations in the exercise of power within the system of international relations in general and the Security Council in particular. I close quotations. 30 years later, we African leaders are still making the same simple request for a permanent seat on the Security Council with the power of a veto. So today, Madam President, I stand here in this exact spot and ask the world, if not now, then when? We demand not only a reform of the Security Council, but also a reset of the global financial architecture, which is currently rigged against Africa. Africa must have a greater say in the world's multilateral financial institutions. And while I'm making requests, I'd like to call for the removal of the blockade on Cuba. As Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, our nation's founder, famously said, we seek to be friends with all and enemies to none. The Cuban people shed their blood on African soil in the fight against apartheid. And indeed, Cuba has been and continues to be a faithful friend of Africa. You see, the very fact that I can stand here and ask these things and say these things, and the fact that all nations can ostensibly gather here to address critical global issues, air our grievances, and express our concerns, That is what makes the survival of this organization so important. In every old city or village, you'll find a town square, or a courtyard, or a plaza that once served as a gathering space for the citizens of the community and their leaders. Meetings and celebrations were held there, as were trials and elections. And these were spaces that brought people together and held them together as a community. Sadly, time and technology have eroded these spaces. Madam President, in many ways, the United Nations is the proverbial town square of our modern global village. And it has never been more critical for us to protect this one space that brings and holds the world nations together as a community. The internet, social media platforms, and artificial intelligence offer us the illusion of connectivity, when in fact what they do is reinforce isolation by using algorithms that ensure that we do not receive new ideas and perspectives, but rather more of the same content. We are served alternative facts and manipulated images, making it easy to disseminate disinformation and sow seeds of division amongst communities. Madam President, these are dangerous times. Our world is currently experiencing a rise in nationalism and economic instability. There's a general breakdown of multilateralism. Various acts of aggression have been committed against the sovereignty of others, and nations are attempting to circumvent the very safeguards that were put in place to prevent large-scale global conflict. These conditions are all too similar to the ones that led to the League of Nations' failure in fulfilling its mandate. The denial of visas to President Abbas and the Palestinian delegation sets a bad precedent and should be deeply worrying to all member nations of the United Nations. Ghana recognized the state of Palestine in 1988 and supported a two-state solution to the conflict since then. And I say, contrary to the claims of some, a two-state solution would not be a reward for Hamas. It would rather be a reprieve for the hundreds of thousands of innocent women and children and people who are facing collective punishment and forced starvation for no reason other than the fact that they are Palestinian. For nearly 2 years and for the fear of reprisals, we here in this General Assembly have been playing hide and seek with language to find the right words to help us avoid or excuse what we all know is taking place in Gaza. But here is the thing, it doesn't matter what you call it. If it looks like a duck, it swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, well, then it must be a duck. The crimes in Gaza must stop. The crimes in Gaza must stop. Madam President, I also want to draw particular attention to the conflict in Sudan, which this body has described as the world's largest humanitarian crisis. 12 million people have had to flee their homes. And when we speak of migration, we refer to the 12 million new Sudanese refugees, whom we as a global community should be willing to assist in much the same way that many member nations readily assisted new refugees coming out of Ukraine. Let's dispense with the euphemisms and dog whistles and speak frankly. It is not a mystery that when leaders of Western nations complain of their migration problems, they are often referring to immigrants from the global south. But many of those immigrants are climate refugees. And interestingly, the global north emits 75% more greenhouse gases than the global south. However, the effects of climate change are more severe in the global south because we lack the resources to address them effectively. And so when the desert encroaches on our villages and towns and they become unlivable, we are forced